on Trustpilot. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to saveonpi.com. That's saveonpie.com.
The Brian Bailey Show.
Jeff Palumbo, Associate Head Coach for East Carolina Pirate Baseball. Can you compare this year's team to last year's team?
You really just evaluate this team and do we have what we need to play our style, right? Play our style and play how we want to play, because every team is different. And when you get caught up kind of comparing and contrasting, I think it puts you in a mindset that's not really all that beneficial for this year's team and where we're going.
Tune in Mondays at noon for the Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park, or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
We paid how much for those lessons?
Shh, she's doing great.
Oh yeah, totally. Can you pass me a Pepsi Zero Sugar? Great job, honey! Oh, look at that. That's not the end.
No way. Now it's time for the encore.
You know what? You're right. 5 times? Not enough times.
For everyone who traded in rock concerts for their kids' recitals, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Here is your ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar, sir.
Oh, thanks. Wanna watch the game?
Ooh, little sports ball on a Sunday afternoon. Don't mind if I do. Hey, did we win? It sounds like we won.
It's still the first quarter.
I must be lucky. People say that about me. Tough break on that free throw there. Shouldn't be doing that.
Dude, we're watching football. Come on.
For everyone who spent the entire game explaining the entire game, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelms and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Sustained effort and violence.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Do we not agree?
It can be a total goat rodeo.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Cool, neat story.
A fat, stinky kind of dude
that someone thought had a radio voice.
What's wrong with my voice?
Doesn't seem like a real bad guy, but just a bit full of himself and sees himself as a huge radio personality.
Dominating the East Coast.
He looks fat and stinky.
Oh.
And is an absolute bozo.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. Wearing shorts today. Where are my shorts people at? No, and no. All right, I'll go solo. Show them the legs
I don't
today.
trust it. My problem is that I can't. I get cold.
Okay, you can just say that.
I get cold.
All right, fair enough. I'm showing the yams today on a Wednesday. Getting a little cooler. Might have to break out the jacket. The big dog is wearing shorts on a Wednesday. That's what I like to see. All right, we are here on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930 online, PR927FM.com. And make sure you like Pirate Radio on Facebook, and you can watch the show there, or subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube and watch the show there. And we got a lot of goodies coming up this baseball season on our YouTube page, including today. Cliff Godwin spoke to the media, had some big news that we will discuss in mere moments, and we'll hear Cliff Godwin in his own words coming up later on the program on this Wednesday. So we are on Facebook and YouTube if you'd like to check in, as Steve Hill has already done on Facebook. He says, Clipper! That is former intern Atticus doing a Tyler Feldman impression. So that is a layered impression there. All right, coming up on today's program, the voice Jeff Charles is hitting the road after he talks to us and heading to Tampa to see some East Carolina basketball on Thursday night. It'll be Pirates and Bulls of South Florida. We'll talk to Jeff about that. Look around the American. All of a sudden, Joey Brackett's Joe Lenardi has 3 American teams in the field. That includes Houston. I'm assuming SMU. I didn't see their name, but it said they had 3 AAC teams. But I did see Memphis has them on the last 4 in line. Last night, Memphis goes on the road and beats Cincinnati. They've won 6 in a row. So things getting interesting in the American. The Pirates trying to tack on another win. They have 3 wins in league play. USF has 2 wins. USF just played last night. They got blown out at home by Tulane. So East Carolina trying to take advantage of a struggling team. Thursday night, we'll talk to the voice about that and more coming up at around 3:25. At 4 o'clock, the new play-by-play announcer for ECU baseball, Scott Rogers, is going to join us here on the show. We will get you ready for the 2022 East Carolina baseball Pirates and see how Scooter's doing a couple days ahead of calling his first live action for ECU. So Scooter is here at 4. Also in the 4 o'clock hour, we'll hear what Cliff Godwin had to say just moments ago as he met with the media. We've got a rotation for the weekend that we will discuss in mere moments, but we'll hear his other comments coming up later on. And at 5 o'clock, we'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors and Pirate Radio Criminal Intent with Bryce Williams. Bryce, who Ellerby was called for jury duty this week, and Ellerby looked over and saw a big, tall dude, and that dude was Bryce Williams. He was there as well. So can't wait to hear Bryce Williams' story, as he had some jury duty earlier this week. So we'll talk about that, the Super Bowl, and more with Bryce Williams in the 5 o'clock hour. All right, we got Shirley Rhodes, we got Chandler Honeycutt, we got CJ Schaefer here on a Wednesday edition of PRL. How y'all doing?
What's up, Clipper? What's up?
Chandler, you get way too much pleasure of saying those mean things about me that we added to the open.
Makes me feel so good.
You love it.
I love it. I just feed off of it. It gives me power.
All right.
You fat, stinky.
All right. Hey, whoa. All right. Let's kick off today's rundown. You want the good news or the bad news?
We got to go ahead and get the bad news out.
Get the bad news out of the way. East Carolina will not send their lefty ace to the mound on Friday night. Why? Because Carson Whisenhunt has been suspended due to violating team rules. He is out one weekend. So he's out this weekend. He will make his debut, one would think, next weekend
in Chapel Hill
against the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Ooh.
Interesting. So
that stinks.
Carson with that news. Not me.
Yeah, not you. Not
Okay.
you.
All
The news stinks.
The news stinks. By the way, this had nothing to do with him coming on Pirate Radio. I've already seen Redbeard say that. It had nothing to do with us. But hopefully Carson will be back next weekend, ready to go. So in his absence, Cliff Godwin unveiled the starting rotation for ECU this weekend against Bryant. And if we'd have gone this offseason and everybody threw in some peanuts and bet on who it would be starting, did you have Garrett Saylor as your starter on Friday night? So the sinker baller will throw. Coming up on Friday night, Jake Kuchmaner, the veteran, will get the ball on Saturday. And then we go from 5-year vet to
rookie.
Right on the scene. The rook, Jake Hunter, who we heard his name mentioned countless times on Monday when I was talking to the players, asking, all right, what young guys that we have not seen yet have stood out? And I guess it was just so fresh from their brains because apparently on Sunday, Cliff Godwin stacked a lineup against the young gun, Jake Hunter, and said, all right, let's see what you got. And he went 4 innings of scoreless baseball.
And only gave up 1 hit.
1 hit. So Jake Hunter going to get the ball Sunday. Excited about that. Excited to see a new and improved Cooch after struggling in 2021. Cooch Maynard gets the ball Saturday, and then Garrett Saylor 4:00 when East Carolina takes on Bryant.
Yep, can't wait. Especially if you didn't know the news. I mean, people were like, "Well, where's Whisenhunt?" So that stinks. Once again, the news stinks. Not you. You don't stink. But anyway, I mean, we'll see them next week in Chapel Hill, and then Pirates will be at home on that Sunday. So excited that ECU baseball is kicking off this weekend against a very good program in Bryant that we saw just a few years ago in the Charlottesville Regional. So they'll be looking to get some revenge on the Pirates, and it should be a fun weekend out at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Trying to keep an eye on the weather for Friday for opening day and opening pitch. But it should be nice on Saturday and then on Sunday as well.
Where is Bryant?
I think we looked this up.
No, I am looking it up.
It's Smithfield, Rhode Island.
Well, I wanted you to guess, but that's fine. Smithfield, Rhode Island. You see a lot of these northern teams come down and play some hopefully warm baseball as we look ahead at the weather this week. What's it looking like? It's beautiful today. You're supposed to get some rain Friday.
I saw that it was going to be like earlier in the day, and by 4:00 it should be good to go. Ready
to throw out that first pitch. Which, by the way, we learned from Zach Agnos earlier this week that his older brother John Agnos will be throwing out the first pitch. Of course, Zach's father passing away during the offseason.
Did you see the patch on the side of the hat?
Yeah. While Cliff Godwin was giving the news about Carson Whisenhunt, which stinks, his head was turned a bit. And he's wearing his purple ECU baseball hat. And on the side, it is a white patch. And in black, it says Nico, Niko, honoring the father of Zach and Jake Agnos. And it looks cool. It looks really nice. Classy, well done.
Yeah, what a great tribute to an unfortunate situation. We saw this last year with Bryant Packard's mom passing away. And they had a tribute on the side of the hat.
It was her initials.
For her initials.
Yeah.
And now this year they're having to do it for former Pirate Jake and current Pirate Zach Agnos' father, Nico. So great tribute by the ECU baseball team.
All right, Pirate Baseball coming up. We'll talk about it more with Scooter. Scott Rogers coming up 4:00 today right here on Pirate Radio. Coming up later on, let's look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
Bonnies are hot. And the Bonnies are in action tonight. They're big favorites at home against UMass at 7 o'clock.
You need to get more Bonnies merch.
Shout out to Pirate Radio listener and contributor Robert Matthews, who dropped by the sweet St. Bonaventure shirt.
Nice.
Just in time for
It is sweet.
for the tournament run. So, Robert, thanks, man. I'll wear this with pride.
Going to stink it up.
Get this shirt all smelly.
Get all smelly.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. And keep an eye on the Bonnies tonight while I'm at AJ's at Sports Trivia.
I'll be there, too.
Let's see. Top 25 action tonight. Game of the night. Let's go Baylor, Texas Tech. That's a good one in the Big 12. That's coming up 9 o'clock tonight on ESPN2. Seton Hall, UConn, 8:30 on CBS Sports Network in a Big East battle. Rutgers wins every game at home. They are underdogs tonight against Illinois. Keep an eye on Rutgers taking on the Fighting Illini tonight at 7 o'clock. Let's see. American action tonight. SMU needs to keep on winning. And right now, they have been able to do that. Tonight, they are on the road at Temple. So a big game in the American. Last night, I'm not done with the Hornets, but I'm about done with the Hornets, man.
Hornets.
Big lead on the road against the Timberwolves, led throughout from basically the second quarter till about 2 minutes left in the game.
They lose their rookie Anthony Edwards to an injury. I think he had an ankle sprain, so he was out for all of the second half. The Hornets had a chance to get a big road win last night against a team that is 7th in the West. A very good team, even without Anthony Edwards. You still have D'Angelo Russell. They got the feisty Pat Beverly, who last night to me was very annoying. But
just last night you found out he was annoying?
I didn't find out last night that he was annoying, but I don't pay attention to him other than when they play the Hornets. So he was annoying last night. But
you're annoying.
You're stinky.
Okay.
How about that?
All right, fine.
Anyway, but they also have Carl Anthony Towns, and they just found themselves. I knew once they sent it to overtime, and shout out to Miles Bridges to send it to overtime. Wish he would have made both of those free throws to let the Hornets get a lead.
He only had one beauty?
Yeah, only one beauty. And so that tied the ball game that goes into overtime, and Hornets had no chance. They lost LaMelo early in overtime. So Hornets still on a losing skid. They did win on Thursday night last week, Friday night, can't remember, but Hornets need to get it together, and they need to get it together fast. The All-Star break is coming up soon, so hopefully they're able to gather themselves and make a run post the All-Star break.
More losses without Gordon Hayward continuing to pile up.
Yeah, still don't have Cody Martin as well. Jalen McDaniels is the guy that can go in there and gives you some more size. So played against Jalen McDaniels' brother last night, Jaden McDaniels, for the Timberwolves.
All right, tonight on TNT, it is not AEW Dynamite. I guess that's moved to TBS. If you turn to TNT tonight, you will see the Carolina Hurricanes play the Florida Panthers. That just seems weird to me.
TNT?
Yeah, I guess it's part of the new deal. I know ESPN got hockey, but Turner, I guess, got some of it as well. So
that's just terrible. That's just terrible.
Will Barkley and Kenny and Ernie and Shaq be there in Raleigh tonight? PNC Arena, 7:30. Panthers taking on the Hurricanes. All right. Also, Chandler, if I told you, we got a great nickname battle going on right now. The Jaspers are up 68-62 on the Stags with 27 seconds left to go. What teams are playing? The Jaspers are beating
Manhattan.
The Jaspers of Manhattan are beating the Stags of
Scottsdale.
Now wait, is this like Scottsdale, Arizona, or where is?
I don't know. The Scottsdale Stags.
It's the name of a hotel, I believe. There's the Hampton, but it's not Hampton. It's not Hampton. It's not the Hampton Inn.
Is it the Marriott
It's
Stags?
not the Holiday Inn. It's not the Marriott.
Is it that Hilton Stags?
It could be the Red Roof Stags. No.
Is it that Motel 6 Stags?
Fairfield.
Oh, yeah, by Marriott.
Okay, so you were all over it.
I was all over it.
Manhattan wrapping up a victory over Fairfield on some Wednesday afternoon hoops. All right, Chandler, we got more Nationals news.
Oh, sweet.
So yesterday, Ryan Zimmerman retired. Today, and I will read into this and say there is another Nationals player who is sick and tired of being a National and is ready to leave.
That's unfortunate news.
And that player is Juan Soto.
Yeah, the young Juan Soto.
Now, it doesn't necessarily mean he wants to get out of there.
No.
But he was offered, reportedly, before the lockout, a 13-year, $350 million extension to remain in Washington, and he turned it down. Looks like he will now wait and go to free agency when his time comes. He's eligible for free agency after the 2024 season.
Yeah.
He adds, all the stuff people say. I still think of Washington as the place where I would like to spend the rest of my career, so we will see. Well, if that's the case, you would have just signed the contract.
Yeah, obviously. But in this quote, it kind of explains the mindset of Juan Soto and his agent. It says, and I quote, "Yes, they made me the offer a couple of months ago before the lockout we have in baseball. But right now, me and my agents think the best option is to go year after year and wait for free agency. My agent, Scott Boras, is in control of that situation." So, year to year, I guess it is.
It's out of my hands.
Out of my hands.
Ask Scott Boras.
Ask my agent.
Yeah. So that's probably not what you want to hear, though.
No, especially from basically the face of the franchise right now. I would say he's a young star who has a lot of pop, a lot of power, who I think is a good base for this rebuild. And the question I'm trying to think is, does he want to be a part of it?
Right. Yeah, we've talked about that too, right? Like all they have, because they were, was it last year where we didn't know who was in their lineup night to night after the trade deadline?
There was a tweet that I saw. It was the Nationals lineup in the World Series. And like him and Victor Robles is the only players left on that roster right now, in that lineup.
Howie Kendrick was he?
Howie Kendrick was there. He had a clutch home run in that Game 7. So a lot of guys. It's kind of like my Carolina Panthers. Just a few years ago, you had guys like there's that famous picture of the captains. It was Cam Newton, Ryan Khalil, Thomas Davis, Greg Olson, Luke Kuechly, Charles Johnson, and all of a sudden all those guys are no longer a part of the team, and it's kind of we're starting to see that with the Nationals right now. So, we had Adam Eaton, Cabrera, Howie Kendrick, Ryan Zimmerman, Kurt Suzuki, Jan Gomes, Michael A. Taylor, Wilmer Deef. Just a lot of these guys are gone. So, they're starting to disappear. I feel like we have a lot of great prospects in the rebuild. We get that World Series in 2019, and I felt good about Juan Soto being like I said earlier, the base of that rebuild. And now it kind of seems like he doesn't want to be a part of it, and he wants to kind of explore some options to make more money elsewhere and succeed right away.
I'm not freaking out about baseball at this moment.
I'm not worried about it either, too.
I know you aren't, because the Nationals are going to stink.
Yeah, because you don't really know the path that baseball is going to take right now. Right now, there is no. The last thing I saw, there was no movement or progression into trying to solve this thing.
I just I'm fine with it. Whatever. Like we got ECU baseball. We got March Madness. Like we've got the build up to the conference tournaments, the NCAA tournament. So if there's no baseball once all that's said and done, and they're still going through these talks, at that point I might get worried. But right now we got other things to focus on in the world of sports. So if y'all want to keep arguing, go for it. Fine with me. All right, let's get a break in. When we return, we'll visit with the voice. Jeff Charles will join us before he heads out of town. Doing a Florida swing. South Florida coming up Saturday. UCF this weekend. Pirates will be on the road for 2 in the Sunshine State. We'll talk about it with Jeff Charles when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
This is Steven Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on HoistTheColors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. For used vehicles, Brown & Wood has a lifetime powertrain on every vehicle you buy from us, new or used. So even when you buy a used vehicle from Brown & Wood, you have lifetime powertrain. We cover the engine, transmission for as long as you own the car.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners Independent Agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. There's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Brock on Wednesday nights. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's Day. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip Brock.
All righty, got some a lot of football tonight. Also some hoops, a little baseball. Coming up at 8 o'clock at AJ McMurphy's. Had a new team come out. We love our new teams last week and gave it a shot. So come on out, see if you can beat the regulars. And either way, you'll have a good time with some great food, great beverages. And we'll have some good games on tonight on the telly. So looking forward to it. Going to be a fun night, 8 o'clock tonight at AJ's. All right, Pirates back in action on the hardwood coming up Thursday night on the road at South Florida. Let's talk about that and more now as we visit with the voice, Jeff Charles. He joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Jeff, how you doing today?
Cliff, I'm doing great. Getting packed up and getting ready to go on another 5-day trip with the Pirates. It seems like we've traveled an awful lot this year. Probably not any more than past years, but it sure seems like we've been on the road a lot. And this little venture will start at 4:30 this afternoon from Greenville, and a charter flight down to Tampa, USF tomorrow night at 7. Then the Pirates will get a day off on Friday. Got to stay in Tampa on Friday, then bus over to Orlando on Saturday and get ready for the game on Sunday. Now, Sunday's game is an afternoon game. It's a 2 o'clock tip-off against UCF. So 2 more games coming up, and Cliff, these are very important games for Joe Dooley's ball club. They're 12-12. And going into this season, I think the goal for everybody was a winning season for the Pirates. And I was just checking the record book here recently, and you realize the Pirates have only had 2 winning seasons in the last 23 years of basketball. Now, there have been 2 500 seasons in those 23 years, but only 2 winning seasons in the last 23 years. And so that's a big deal. If the Pirates can find a way to have a winning season, and it's still all there in front of these guys. I mean, they can still do it, but they're going to have a good road trip coming up here in the next few days.
Got South Florida on tap, the Bulls, and how about the schedule that they're playing, Jeff? They got a Tuesday, Thursday turnaround. They lost to Tulane last night and will be right back at it against the Pirates coming up Thursday night, 7 o'clock when ECU and you guys roll in there.
Yeah, in fact, I looked at their schedule, Clip, and they're playing 6 games in 13 days.
Man.
So that's an NBA kind of schedule for USF, and of course they've had some cancellations and some makeup games that they're putting into that schedule now as well. But maybe the Pirates can catch them a little bit weary. An hour turnaround. They didn't have to travel where the Pirates do. So we'll see. These games are usually very close. ECU and USF, this is one of the few schools in this program, this league, that the Pirates have actually been competitive with down through the years. ECU still does have a losing record against USF, but they are 8-11 against the Bulls all time. And there have been some very close games in recent years. It's usually an even matchup. It's usually a toss-up kind of game, especially when the Pirates go on the road down there. So that's what I'm expecting on Thursday night, Clip. I think this game could go either way. USF is very offensively challenged. They only average 58 points a game. They only shoot 38% from the field, and they had mass defections from their program last year. And they had some really, really good players in their program last year who have gone on to big-time schools. David Collins, of course, at Clemson. He was in the news for all the wrong reasons last week when he undercut the Duke player, but he's a good player. He was at South Florida. He went to Clemson. Alexis Yetna is starting and having a good year at Seton Hall, playing in the Big East. Michael Durr, the 7-footer, is at Indiana, playing in the Big Ten, and he's a good player at a 7-footer. And then the little guard they had, who was a good player, he's at Akron. Xavier Castaneda is at Akron, and they're one of the best teams in the MAC, and he's starting there. So my point is they've had really good talent in their program. They've just not been able to keep them like a lot of schools around the country. And so they're kind of starting over now with a whole cast of new characters.
Yeah, a sign of the basketball times. I'm flipping around on a Saturday and land on a Seton Hall game, and there's a big man inside. They keep saying Yetna. And my first thought, Jeff, was, wow, does Alexis Yetna from South Florida have a brother playing? And I looked it up, and no, that is Alexis Yetna. I had no idea he had landed with the Pirates of Seton Hall, but that's the way it is today. Looking around the American, Jeff, big one tonight for SMU because their tournament basically starts now. It's already began. We saw them take care of business against East Carolina in the second half, putting on a tremendous shooting display in the second half in Minges on Saturday. They are on the road tonight, a road favorite at Temple. So SMU trying to keep winning and improve their resume. And it might be too little too late, Jeff, but how about what Memphis has been able to do? They got another impressive win last night on the road at Cincinnati. But all of a sudden, Penny Hardaway's Tigers have won 6 in a row. They got a showdown coming up with SMU on the 20th, so that'll be a big game for them. I don't know if they could do enough to improve their resume, but you got some teams coming on late here at the end of this regular season, Jeff.
Yeah, that's good to see for the American Athletic Conference, and you're right about Memphis, and Memphis is winning now because they're getting their players healthy and they're getting them back on the floor, and so they've been able to put the W's up, and as we all know, they've got an awful lot of talent going into the tournament in Fort Worth next week. If those guys stay healthy and stay together, they're going to be a tough out for I don't care who they're playing, and Houston has come back to the pack a little bit because of those two guys that they lost, those two starters, Tremont Mark and Marcus Sasser, have been out for a long time now, and, they were able, Clip, as you know, to kind of overcome that, but I think it's catching up to them maybe just a little bit now. And so here they are in a dogfight with SMU for first place. And I was really impressed with SMU. They were better than what I thought they were going to be. Sometimes you can watch games on TV, Clip, and you get a feel one way or the other, but then when you see a team in person, you feel a different way, and that's the way I felt about SMU. They are so athletic, and they've got good shooters, as you mentioned. They play hard. They play good defense, and I was really impressed with SMU. Now, I think they'll have a problem if they do get into the NCAA tournament or even an NIT. I think they're going to have problems with a big team because they're not very big. But, boy, they are athletic, and there's no question about that. So it's kind of fun now to watch going down the stretch here in the league and see who's going to win this thing. Memphis is, coming on strong, but they've struggled, throughout most of the year. But, you've got a real dogfight for the top spot, and let's not forget Tulane.
Yeah.
And the job that Ron Hunter has done at Tulane, Clip. Here they are at 9-5, and we're talking about Tulane being at 9-5, and we're talking about Ron Hunter just in his third year with the Green Wave, and he has turned that thing around. I would think right now, if I had a vote, I would vote for Ron Hunter as the coach of the year in the league. What he's done down there is really remarkable, and they had 2 seasons. His first 2 years, they really struggled, but it's come together for him this year, and you have to get lucky sometimes in recruiting or in the transfer portal, and he's got the Jalen and Jalen show. Jalen Cook is a terrific guard, and Jalen Forbes is a terrific wing, and those two guys have really come on along with the big guy inside, Kevin Cross, and they're going to be a tough out for anybody that they play in the tournament next month in Fort Worth. So we got a lot of great basketball to go. Pirates 12-12 still have a chance to have a winning season, Clip, and let's see if the guys can finish strong here.
Yeah, I've said it before. I'm a big Ron Hunter fan. I like his theatrics, and he genuinely seems like he's just having a blast, living life and coaching basketball. And you see him after the games dancing and celebrating with the fans, giving fives. And we talked to Todd Graffinini a couple weeks ago, now the voice of the New Orleans Pelicans, but ahead of the Tulane game. And he said there's an atmosphere there at Tulane that just has almost never been there, or at least hasn't been there in a long time. I saw a stat last night, Jeff. They are in the Ken Pom rankings top 100 for the first time since 2000. And you called a game there. When's the last time you remember students showing up and fans showing up to a Tulane game like they are this year?
Well, it goes back, Clip, and I think I mentioned it on your show or maybe with somebody else. It goes back to when I would go down there with Virginia Tech in the 80s.
Wow.
And I remember the first time that I went down there was 1983. And so from 1983 through 1987, there was a string there where Tulane was really good. And I tell people all the time, in fact, I tell the guys on our travel squad about it, and they kind of look at me like I'm crazy. But I said, guys, there was a time when I would go down here, and that gym was packed. You couldn't get another person in there. Tulane was winning basketball games. Times-Picayune, which is the biggest newspaper in the state of Louisiana, used to have a staff writer that would cover their games home and on the road. Their games were on WWL in New Orleans, a 50,000-watt clear channel station. You could hear Tulane basketball over the eastern half of the country at night. And there was a lot of excitement and enthusiasm about their program. And then, of course, it really dropped off, although Perry Clark had some really good teams at Tulane back in the early 90s to mid-90s, and they were pretty good then there too. But you're looking, since that point, Clip, of about I guess, 20 to 25 years of them just kind of floundering along, just like East Carolina has been doing in that same stretch of time. But now, all of a sudden, they've gotten good. They've hired the right coach. He's got a great assistant in Ray McCallum. Ray's been a head coach at 3 different schools. He's been at Ball State, at Houston, and also at Detroit. And he's the top assistant there. He and Ron are really good friends, and they've just found, at least right now, they've just found the way to get this thing clicking. And they're such good guys. I pull for them every time that I see them play, with the exception, of course, of when they play East Carolina. But really pull for those guys because that's a tough, hard job. They're really good guys. They've worked extremely hard. And now they're seeing the fruits of their labor pay off. And, Tulane's one of the great stories now, not only in the American, but I think in the country this year.
Speaking of packed gyms and a lot of fans, Jeff, and you mentioned Virginia Tech there, I watched the Hokies play Virginia the other night. Jaden Gardner, 15 at halftime, finished the game with 17. They clamped down on him in the second half. And, man, if Castle won't rock him the other night, Jeff, and they kept it's very – I've never been there. Obviously, you've called games there and know a lot about it. It looks kind of odd on TV the way it's so – I don't know. Everything goes up, and it's kind of steep looking. And whatever it is, that place gets really loud. And dang if it won't loud the other night when Virginia was in there.
Yeah, and that's why it was so loud the other night. Of course, they have other good crowds, but when I was there, Clip, because the emotions would run so high between Virginia Tech and Virginia, the two schools never played each other on campus.
Oh, wow.
The Virginia Tech home game was in Roanoke at the Roanoke Civic Center, and the Virginia home game was in Richmond at the Richmond Coliseum.
Wow.
So it's only been in recent years that the two teams have been playing on each other's campus. And you're right, as far as Castle Coliseum is concerned, I mean, it's an old barn. It looks like an old barn, a throwback to a different era. But when it was built, I'm thinking it's about 1962, somewhere in there. When it was built, Clip, it was the biggest arena in the state of Virginia, and it was like a showplace. Well, that's been, about 60 years ago now.
Yeah.
And they have done some improvements to it, but it's still, like I say, it looks like the old Hoosiers high school huge gym. And when it gets rocking, it's a tough place to play. I remember doing games there when Memphis was number 1 in the country on 2 different occasions, and the Hokies beat them in Blacksburg. And it was, a national story at the time. So, yeah, they've got a great tradition and great history of basketball there. And Mike Young is a terrific coach. They made a great hire when they hired Mike Young. He came up from Wofford, where he had those really good teams. And they support their program, no doubt. And so they're bringing some excitement now back to Virginia Tech. And I was glad to see Jaden have a good game. I mean, he's having a really good year, as you know, Cliff. He's having a terrific year at Virginia. And he had 14 rebounds the other night in that game as well. So he had 17 and 14 against the Hokies on the road. They just came up short. And Virginia Tech, by the way, is playing really well now. I think they've won 7 in a row. So they're another team that's coming on here late.
Yeah, these conference tournaments are going to be awesome, Jeff. I'm looking forward to. You can throw the ACC in there, but Big 12, Big 10, SEC, everything's up for grabs. And, Houston's lost a couple now. Maybe the AAC could be up for grabs as well. And that was pretty interesting to hear. I didn't know it was that heated between Virginia and Virginia Tech. When you're talking about it, reminded me of Cincinnati and Xavier. It sounds like they pretty much get in a fight every year when they play, Jeff. It sounded like one of those type of rivalries.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, and football's the same way, Cliff. And again, before the internet and before all the exposure of all the television shows and radio talk shows and internet websites and all that kind of stuff, some of the stuff that would go on you wouldn't hear a whole lot about. But believe me, a lot of stuff used to go on. I can remember a game in Charlottesville between Virginia Tech and Virginia, somewhere in the late 80s, 86, 87, somewhere in there. I have to look it up. Virginia Tech went to Virginia and beat them 48-0 in Charlottesville, and the Virginia Tech fans stormed the field and they set fires off all over the field in Charlottesville. Now, if that happened today, you and I both know what would happen with the coverage of an event like that. But when that happened, everybody just kind of saw it that was there that day and really didn't think any more about it. But yeah, Virginia Tech fans don't like Virginia fans at all, and the feeling's pretty much mutual.
Jeff Charles joining us on the Pirate Radio live line. Jeff, great time of the sports year. I miss football already, but I got some spring football on tap. We got free agency, the draft, all that. Of course, ECU baseball getting underway this week, and we've been talking some basketball, March Madness right around the corner. So, Pirate baseball, Jeff, I know you're going to be involved with basketball, and you'll be keeping up with the scores from afar, but looks like Cliff Godwin's got another great team ready to put on the field this Friday.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I know Pirate fans are excited and can't wait for the opener Friday at 4 o'clock. Brian in town this weekend. So hopefully the Pirates can get off to a really good start. And Carson Wisenet's certainly getting a lot of great preseason pub. Good for that guy. And so, yeah, the table's set to have, I think, a really good year this year. And Michigan is going to be coming in, which is going to be fun when Michigan comes to town with Nick Schnabel and company. Of course, Nick was here as a player and as a coach, and Eric Bakich is the head coach, and Eric, of course, played here. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a great storyline for the Keith LeClaire Invitational coming up as well. And we're just a couple of weeks away from that. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to as far as Pirate baseball is concerned. It kind of feels like baseball weather today, warming up just a little bit. So I know everybody's going to be out there this weekend.
Jeff, the Bengals were about another score away from maybe putting away the Rams. That Rams defense wouldn't let them do it, and finally Stafford, Kupp, and company put together a drive, got a little help with a call late, but did cash it in for a touchdown, and then Burrow and the Bengals had another crack at it, and Von Miller and Aaron Donald and that defense said no on fourth down, and the Rams win the Super Bowl. I don't know if it was a great game per se. It came down to the wire, so it was a great finish, but the Rams beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl. What did you think of the matchup on Sunday, Jeff?
Well, like you, I thought it was a good game. There was just a part of it, Clip, that even as close as it was, and you indicated this, at times it seemed kind of ho-hum.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was. You know, the crowds in L.A. are a little bit laid back. I don't know if that had something to do with it as well. But, yeah, it was a really, really good game, certainly a lot better than a lot of Super Bowls. And I think when it came down to it, you know, it's usually the team that just makes a play or two late when the game is that close. And Matthew Stafford is a veteran quarterback who knows how to win games. And Burrow, he's going to be great. He's already really, really good, and his potential is just off the charts. But I thought, you know, experience-wise, Stafford certainly had the edge going down the stretch, and he made some plays, and the Bengals just couldn't get that first down when they got to the 50-yard line there late to have a chance to win the game. So it was a really good game, Clip, and I know people in Cincinnati are thrilled to death that the Bengals have come back after so many bad years.
Yeah.
And the Rams had, you know, a really good year this year. They've got a lot of stars on that team. So, you know, all in all, I thought the Super Bowl was good this year.
Jeff, I talked to Cy Seymour yesterday. He said he was up and dancing when Snoop Dogg and Dre were performing. It might have been sarcastic when he told me that, but I've never asked you, Jeff, were you a West Coast Snoop Dogg Dre guy, or were you more East Coast Biggie and Puff Daddy? I've never asked you that, Jeff.
I flip a coin to find out.
What did you make of the halftime show, Jeff? Was that not really your speed?
Yeah, I like it. I really do. I like that, and it doesn't bother me a bit. I know it bothers some people, but you know, after all, what is it? It's music at the halftime of the Super Bowl, so I don't get too jacked up about it either way. But
yep.
Yeah, it's entertainment. I mean, that's what we're in this business for, Clip. I mean, a lot of people enjoy it, and then, of course, with the game in L.A., you had all the stars there, and, you know, be seen and see people and be seen. So that's all part of what we do, and, you know, I don't lose a lot of sleep about it either way.
There you go. Jeff Charles joining us today on the Pirate Radio Live Line. Voice, got to get Vance Jackson shooting, got to get Tristan Newton involved before the final 2 minutes of a game. What else do the Pirates need to do to get back in the win column on Thursday night?
I think a big key to this one coming up Thursday, Clip, is going to be box out and keep them off the offensive glass, because they're a pretty good offensive rebounding team. The Pirates can't give up second and third shots. The big guy inside is a load. He's 7 feet, 280 pounds, and he's tough to keep off the glass. So the Pirates are going to have to do a good job with that. And, you know, USF's struggling so badly. If you can go out there and punch them in the mouth early, you don't know what they've got left. So I just hope the Pirates can come out and play extremely well and not turn it over. And you're right. You know, it's been tough to get that third score this year. you pretty much know what you're going to get, even though Vance Jackson had a bad game against SMU, but he had such a great stretch of games. You pretty much know what you're going to get with Vance and with Tristan. Now, with Brandon Suggs back, he can give you a third scorer, but the Pirates have lacked that third scorer this year. So let's hope that they can play well. These games between ECU and USF are usually ugly, low-scoring games.
Yeah.
And, this one has the potential, I'm afraid, to be another chapter in this series because neither team's playing really well. Neither team is executing extremely well. But, hey, you get out there and you get an ugly win, that's what it's all about. Maybe the Pirates can get one tomorrow night.
Yeah, it could be a first 1-50 wins it on Thursday night. Jeff, appreciate you joining us today. Have a great call on Thursday, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, Cliff. Have a good one.
Thank you, voice. There is Jeff Charles joining us. We'll be on the call Thursday night with Michael Perry as the Pirates take on the USF Bulls. We'll take a timeout, come back. Scooter's here. Scott Rogers, play-by-play voice of the East Carolina Baseball Pirates, getting ready for his first game on Friday night. We'll talk to him about that, get you ready for the Pirate baseball season. Also, do we have a football schedule? No? Wait, okay. Chandler, you told me this now. What do we got? I can't hear you. What is going on?
Shirley had it in audition. But anyway.
Oh, but throw Shirley under the bus.
That's who had it in audition.
What's going on?
Igo tweeted out that there was a From the Helm, and athletic director John Gilbert said that the first 4 games for ECU football will be at home.
Okay. So that we know.
Yes.
Do we know the teams in order?
No.
We might.
It was not in the tweet.
You know what? How about just like everything else, I'll do it. I'll figure it out myself.
No, we do have the teams. Give me 1 second here.
Thank you, Shirley.
Okay. With the way the schedule falls, this is a quote from John Gilbert. Our expectations is to open the season with 4 consecutive games at Abbey-Fickley Stadium. State.
Yeah, State's first.
Old Dominion.
Okay.
Campbell. And a home AAC game, which Stephen Igo says is likely going to be Navy.
Okay. Thank you, Shirley.
You're welcome.
And you're welcome for bringing it up.
All right, Scott, I'm sorry you had to see this.
Oh, it's been great.
But we're
great
all
entertainment.
You're the only one that
The
saw
culture here is fine, Scott. The culture here is fine.
As Bruce Allen would say, the culture's damn good around here. All right, we'll take a time out, come back, wrap up hour 1, and talk to Scooter. We're back with you after this.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance or life without having to give up the college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer here in Greenville today at 493-0002 and put the life back in life insurance.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because sliced to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
Hey Pirate fans, D&D Advertising has the new 2022 baseball schedules ready, and you can pick them up at these fine business locations: Phoenix Sign Pros, Avery Plumbing, Postal Annex of Greenville Auto Repair Center, Bowman Padgett and Associates, ENC Roofing, McGregor Downs Health and Rehab Center, Stowe's Vegetation Experts, Billy's Tree Service, JTG Professional Window Tint, Crawl Space Pro, Club Pilates, Jolly's Pawn, Vesti Clothing and Accessories Boutique, Herc Reynolds, Jennifer Schaefer, Coldwell Banker, Blackbeard Cigars, Uptown Brewing Company, or the Bodega and Cafe. Please patronize these fine businesses as they are an asset to the community. D&D Advertising Enterprises is not licensed, affiliated with, or endorsed by any university, sports institution, or program unless specifically stated in writing. No proceeds from any of the funds collected for your ad will be given to any educational institution or sports team. We are not responsible for any schedule changes made after printing. The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak and our seafood delight pasta. The Rick House is open for lunch daily from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Take a break from your workday with lunch at the Rick House. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road, beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit FamiliaNC.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330 and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-through window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
Pirate Radio.
It's going to change. I promise you. As I stand here, it will change. Okay, and when it does, that stadium, it's going to be rocking, and heaven help whoever walks in there to play us.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner. Be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 53,000 followers today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
Alrighty, wrapping up hour number 1 here on the show. Coming up in hour number 2, Scott Rogers, the play-by-play voice for ECU baseball, will join us. In fact, he's joining us now because the early bird gets the worm. If you ain't early, you're late. So, Scooter, you're here. Good to see you, man. How you doing?
Doing great. How about you, Clip?
Doing good. If this was any year previous to this, you'd be getting ready for the weekend, maybe working some PA, working the scoreboard, maybe hanging out in the jungle. But you got like a big boy job now.
Yeah, a little different of preparing on opening week this year. A little bit of filling out some charts, getting a lot of stats from last year, and stuff I wouldn't have done for the 2021 season.
Well, man, how much do you know about Bryant?
I know they have a player who played in the Little League World Series in 2015. And that's about it.
I like that. There's a great stat for the folks out there. We will discuss this baseball team with Scooter. Of course, you were out there earlier this afternoon, Scott, when we learned that Carson Wisenhunt will not be pitching this weekend, suspended for the weekend. Hopefully, we'll see him next weekend, next Friday, perhaps, against North Carolina. But that means Garrett Saylor, Jake Kuchmaner, and this young guy I've been hearing a lot about, Jake Hunter, going to be the rotation this weekend.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Jake Hunter. Cliff said that he really last Sunday apparently had a really good day at their scrimmage. But But it's exciting to see the young talent coming into this program, and just shows what Coach Godwin builds here and how he really kind of reloads every year instead of rebuilds.
Scott, are there any other guys you've been able to see, whether it be in the fall or here leading up to it, or that you've heard about from inside the program that are newcomers that we could see on the field this weekend? Anybody come to mind?
The other name I've heard a lot of good things about, really two names. Pitching wise, I've heard a lot of good things about Merritt Baker, which Coach Godwin said today that he's been a little banged up lately. So not sure if he'd be able to go this weekend or not. And then Ryan McChrystal, I've heard a lot of good things about him at catcher. And that's a position that, that's going to have a new face back there other than Ben Newton. So I'm really excited to see who's going to be that catcher this year, which, catching is really one of the most important positions on the field. So it's going to be interesting to see.
And we know how weather is. We're going to have some doubleheaders. There's not going to be any built-in 4-game series this year, so that's a good thing. But it sounds like East Carolina's deep at that catcher position. And when you get into conference tournaments, those rainy doubleheader weekends, anytime you're playing a lot of games in a short amount of time, it's important to have depth there. It sounds like the Pirates have that this year.
Yeah, and it appears they have a lot of depth, not only at catcher, but at a lot of positions. Right. Coach Godwin's mentioned this is probably one of the most talented rosters he's coached since he's been at East Carolina, and looking at them on paper, I have to agree with him. There's a lot of young guys that are on this roster that are not going to play a lot early, but could definitely step in at any time and take over when needed.
Scott Rogers joining us. Let's take a break. We'll hang out through the break and get you back on at 4 o'clock and break down the 2022 Pirates and get Scott's thoughts as we head into another ECU baseball season. All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back and have more for you on Pirate Radio Live after this.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
This is Dr. Christopher McDowell from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services. For experience and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
Bring home comfort at huge savings during Bostic Sugg Furniture's President's Day Power Event. Now at Bostic Sugg, amp up your space that makes a powerful statement with hundreds of power sofas, sectionals, and recliners in stock. Experience the power of better sleep on a Serta Arctic mattress with 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase. And with any Arctic purchase, get 2 free pillows. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. The Canes and Hornets, the Hornets and Canes. Could it be the playoffs for both of Carolina's pro sports franchises? I'll have some thoughts next.
I'm Clip Brock.
I'm Chandler Honeycutt.
I'm Shirley Rhodes.
Join us every weekday from 3 to 6 for Pirate Radio Live.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on with ECU Athletics and make you a winner each and every day when we open up the Pirate Radio Booty Bag.
You can hear the show streaming online, on radio, and on social. Catch us weekdays on Pirate Radio Live from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Barring a total collapse, Rod Brindamore's Hurricanes will be in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Carolina has been one of the best teams in the league, competing in the very tough Metropolitan Division of the NHL. The Canes are really solid. They could make a deep run. The Hornets' position is a little more precarious. Charlotte will probably battle for a 7th or 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. James Borrego's ball club has a lot more work to do, but I really like the looks of this exciting young team, led by LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, and Terry Rozier. They're really fun to watch, and the vets, Gordon Hayward and Mason Plumlee, lend a steadying influence. It could be a fun spring following both Carolina's pro teams in the playoffs. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit Inside the Booth.
You've been listening to Inside the Booth with Jeff Charles, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back to I'd like to buy a valve. Let's just head back into the show. Here's Cliff.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, CJ Schaefer producing today's program. We'll hear what Cliff Godwin had to say earlier today as he met with the media one final time before East Carolina throws out the first pitch coming up Friday, 4 o'clock against Bryant. We'll be watching that one during the show, I guess, on Friday, our edition of Pirate Radio Live. And my guest to my left will be calling the action all season long for East Carolina baseball, Scott Rogers. You probably know Scooter. He has been on this program. He's been on a watch-along with us before. What was that for the...
I think it was a conference tournament.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
Yeah, no. That was the conference tournament game against UCF where we didn't make a three until the second half.
And then earlier this year, Scooter was in, but had a medical emergency, and we tried to win one for Scooter, and we almost did. Close loss to Oklahoma, but you've been a guest here on Pirate Radio, and like Chandler said off the air, we were pumped when we heard that you were going to get the gig, so we're happy for you. I know you're fired up, ready to go. Like, any nerves? Is it excitement or nerves? What is it right now?
Probably a little bit of both. I think most of the nerves will set in probably about 3:30 when we're 15 minutes from airtime. but I'm very excited. I can't thank Learfield enough for choosing me for this, and can't wait for Friday.
And as far as experience goes, you've done a ton. And you know what, Scooter? If you're going to be a legend, first thing you need to do is surround yourselves with legends. And you rub elbows with Weingarts and RV and Marvin Jarman, and you're going to be hanging out with Coach O. You surround yourself with legends. That's a good move.
Right. And anytime you have Marvin Jarman on your resume, that's a good sign right there.
That's top of the resume. But as far as your experience goes, the calling games, you've done a ton. What all have you done?
Started doing PA work with Little League here in Greenville. Then in the 2020 season, when COVID first hit, we started streaming all of our games. Did a lot on there with that, and
that was awesome, by the way.
It was, and we've continued to broadcast the games since then, just because everybody loved it, and it's been a great asset to have for Little League. Done a lot of announcing work with J.H. Rose for football and basketball over there, and then also done a lot of PA work with East Carolina for basketball, baseball, softball, and lacrosse.
All right. No volleyball?
Actually, yes, volleyball as well.
When they get you for everything. You're going to do a little bit of everything. So, yeah, you got that part done. And you're a Pirate. We talked about it when you first got the job. We had you on the phone that day. You remember your first game at Clark LeClaire, but you, if not in a working capacity, have been to probably just about every baseball game, unless you were working some other job since you were a kid, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Early on in the season, I would pretty much make it to every single game, and then once Little League started, the midweek Friday, Saturday games were tough to make, but I would always try to make at least one game a series during Little League season. But like you said, going back to first East Carolina game I remember going to was my mom's best friend's son was playing for Campbell, and they were playing East Carolina, and that's when they played here. That's the first memory I have of going to an ECU game. I think that was around the 2005 area, so I was five years old when that happened.
And here we are today. I talked to your broadcast partner, Coach O, yesterday, and when we got done, I was saying, Scooter's fired up. He's gonna do his best, and Coach O said, "You know what, Clip? He's a Pirate, and that's an important thing." So Coach O's ready to go. That's got to be pretty cool, right? I mean, he's like a legendary figure in ECU baseball, and you're going to be rubbing elbows with him.
Absolutely, and I've known Coach O for a while with working the scores table at basketball games. Yeah. And he's a super guy to be around. Cares so much about this university and cares so much about everybody he comes into contact with as well. And to be this close with him is really an honor.
You will be talking to Cliff Godwin. I remember Corey used to talk to him before every game. That's a lot better than talking to him after games. But are you nervous about your one-on-ones with Cliff? You never know what kind of mood he's in.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm nervous. But maybe a little intimidated. Coach Godwin is a intimidating individual.
He is, and now he doesn't have Ronnie or Mark Lindsay to go after, so he's got to find somebody.
Or Tyler Philpin.
Yeah, well, that's the big bullseye right there. So who's he gonna take it out on this year? I don't know. It could be CJ if he's doing some stuff. Yeah, I think it's going to be CJ this year. But, man, looking forward to the season coming up on Friday. Garrett Saylor getting the ball for the Pirates. It was announced earlier today that Saylor, Cooch Maynor, and the young Jake Hunter will be the rotation. Carson Wisenhunt will not pitch this weekend. Not a health deal, but sounds like a disciplinary issue. But hopefully we'll see him back on the mound next Friday when the Pirates take on the Tar Heels. So Garrett Saylor, Cooch Maynor, Hunter. How about Garrett Saylor, and what do you expect to see from him on Friday?
Saylor's a kid who has really worked his entire career at East Carolina for this point, and I think it shows how good of a pitcher he is to get this Friday nod with Wisenhunt being out. But going back to Wisenhunt being out, I don't think this is something where Pirate Nation should, go after him at all. I think they should respect Coach Godwin's decision on this, and it also shows that Coach Godwin is not holding him to a different standard as well with his talent, ability to hold him to a different standard than anybody else on the roster. And it's like he said today. He said he told the players that if they had a problem with this, then they need to turn in their uniform today. But excited to see what Garrett's got Friday, and excited to see Cooch as always on Saturday, and really excited to see Jake Hunter on Sunday.
Yeah.
Heard so many great things about him, and to have a true freshman arm going on Sunday shows a lot about him.
We think we know that the Pirates are going to have a really good 2022, and it's kind of hard to judge, just how good they'll be compared to everybody else, because there are a million schools out there, and honestly, I don't have the scouting reports on them, Scooters. But how about as far as East Carolina in the conference? They're going to be picked at the top. You've got those midweek series with some really good, and not just the ACC teams, but Coach O was saying Campbell, I think Virginia Tech. You got some really good teams that are on the non-conference schedule. So, how do you think the Pirates stack up with their competition this upcoming season?
It's definitely a tough schedule. Like you just said, looking at that schedule, conference-wise, you got your Tulane, who's always going to be good. You got your UCF, who's always going to be competitive. Really, everybody in our conference is going to be competitive. Non-conference-wise, we play Campbell on Tuesday. Campbell's always good and has really been a really good program the past few years. But talk about that Virginia Tech trip. I think it's Tuesday Virginia Tech, Wednesday Radford back-to-back. I'm really excited for that trip. I don't ever remember us playing Virginia Tech in baseball at all, which I've seen pictures of their stadium. Really excited to make the trip there. But it really is a very tough schedule that they've got this year. And Coach Godwin's even said this is probably the toughest schedule he's faced as East Carolina's head coach.
Keith LeClaire Classic looks great, too. A couple of Big Ten teams rolling in. Hard to think of Maryland as one, but we're getting used to it now, I guess. Indiana State, Michigan, and Maryland. That Michigan Saturday, March 5th, 4:30. That's going to be a special game with the former Pirates on the Wolverine side of things taking on East Carolina. Be a lot of 23s around during that game for the LeClaire Classic, Scott.
Yep, and that's going to be a very cool game, and obviously you have that aspect of the game, but playing Michigan as a program, that obviously just a few years ago they were in a national championship game.
Yeah.
It shows, like I said, how he builds this program, playing those teams, but really a stacked LeClaire Classic. Obviously Maryland was just here last year and was in the regional final against us, and it shows the competition that he brings onto the schedule.
Scooter, I bring this up. Maybe once the season begins, I'll stop mentioning this, but Norby, Gavin pitching-wise, Bridges and Colmore pitching-wise, Franny, Cadell, just looking at the offensive guys there, Norby, Franny, Cadell, that's a lot of numbers to make up for. So who are the Pirates relying on, in your opinion, to make up for some of those numbers?
You obviously got Josh Mwillen, returning him. Josh, when I first saw him at a scrimmage, he's really turned his body good. He slimmed up a little bit, it looked like. Excited to see what he's going to do. Obviously, you got Zach Agnos at third base, too, who had a lot of offensive production, too. And, we return, from my perspective, we return a lot of talent, and it's young, which is good. But with it being young, the future years for this program, they still got time to build. There's a lot of sophomores on that infield that have played 3 years, but we got them for so much longer. It's excited to see the future of this program and what it could be as well.
Yeah, and I'm not saying there's going to be a guy we're not expecting that's going to hit 420 and 15 home runs, but Connor Norby wasn't always Connor Norby. I mean, his freshman year, he got a few at-bats, had a low batting average, talked about it with us that he had a come-to-Jesus meeting with Cliff Godwin, and we started to see it that shortened year where he was hitting 400. Thought it might have been kind of fluky, and then he came out last year and proved it wasn't. So all these guys develop, get better, and we're going to be sitting here 3-4 months from now saying, wow, I did not see player X having this kind of year. It's going to be one of those guys, just hard to pinpoint who it's going to be.
Right, and I think that's that's the case, honestly, with every program in the country. You're always going to have that one breakout guy from a team, but it's exciting to see that. It's good to have this conversation because we're trying to find a guy that is, and there's so many to pick from on this roster.
Could be Worrell, could be Agnos, Moylan, like you said.
Makarevich is another one that could have that breakout year.
Every time I start listing off names, somebody will say, well, don't forget about Riley Johnson. Like, there's always another guy.
Right.
So, and you mentioned the depth earlier. It's going to be a lot of fun to see. Late in games, we'll have defensive substitutions, pinch runners. Cliff Godwin does not mind mixing it up, whether it be a lineup, whether it be how he uses his pitchers, and certainly late in games we'll see a lot of subs. So it's fun to watch an ECU baseball game because a lot of different stuff's going on at all times.
Yep, and that's great for, like I said, for him to be able to do that, having this much depth. But it shows how good those guys that are on the bench are because he can put them in those late game situations and know that they'll do a great job.
Scott Rogers hanging out. Let's take another timeout. We'll come back, spend another 10, 15 minutes or so with Scooter and talk more Pirate baseball. We'll be back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number one.
Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
In Greenville, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on, like the one who mowed your lawn that week you were sick. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on, State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer. Timothy and his team are here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer at 493-0002 and start saving today.
Hey Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
Hey, Pirate Nation. This is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
This is Marcus Crandall, former ECU Pirate and Grey Cup champion. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Villa Verde on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos by the hospital are open for you, serving unique and healthy dishes from the Dominican Republic. Order online at myvillaverde.com or the Villa Verde app. You can order a family meal that feeds 6 to 7 people, and they'll have it ready for curbside pickup today. Whether it's dine-in or takeout, Villa Verde is a platform for good. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you here. Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Scooter, let me get my, as we learned Monday, I'm a horrible interviewer. So I just use the same questions over and over again.
So, Scooter, first of all, sorry, Clip, how is it going for you so far? Having to sit through this terrible interview.
I think it's going great.
Okay.
See, everybody's so polite to my face. Just wait till Scooter leaves the room. Scooter, you have played baseball. You have also been a part of. You've seen millions of players being introduced to the plate. What would be or what has been in the past your walk-up song to the dish?
Wow. If I had to pick,
yeah, what you got?
Man, just if I had to pick a funny one, it'd be "Careless Whisper."
Oh, that is your when we think Scooter and music, Scooter After Dark. That's right. But is that something you want to walk up to the plate with? Does that get you jacked up?
No.
It might get in the pitcher's head.
Yeah, there you go. You got to get the pitcher's head. I'm not sure what my actual walk-up song would be. I would have to think on that.
How about your Super Bowl halftime show if Scooter owned the Super Bowl? Alive or dead, any genre, any act, who would you want to see live?
I don't know. It was pretty good Sunday.
Were you? Yeah, okay.
That's another tough one.
Scooter, come on, give me something.
Some curveballs. I was coming here to talk ECU baseball, not Super Bowl halftime shows.
All right. Look, hey, that's a good answer. Don't take this crap from me. Come back at me. Well done. Chandler likes it.
Terrible interviewer. I mean, this is just terrible.
He's not smelly.
Scooter,
I will say that.
Just get up and leave.
You hear that?
That you're not smelly?
Yeah. I'm not smelly. Chandler, can you help me out? Do you have a question? I need to take a 20
Nah, I'm
time
good.
out.
This is your
help
show.
me out, Chandler.
This is your show.
Look, yeah, you ain't got nothing either. All right. Do you have any favorite play-by-play voices?
Play-by-play voice. My favorite one in Major League Baseball would me being a big Braves fan would be Ben Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
Love listening to their broadcast. I'm the guy who on MLB TV I cut off the TV announcers and put them in the background.
I like it.
Being around Brian Weingarts a lot, the Detroit Tigers broadcasters have enjoyed the like. But, Jeff Charles is up there too. Love listening to Jeff. Really growing up listening to him, I have to put him at the top of the list with him being here so long. And, Jeff's one of those guys that, kind of got me into wanting to be an announcer, just listening to him for so long when I was younger.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm like you with the Braves. I got the baseball, what's it called, MLB TV, but it's like just the radio version.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just have it on my phone as I'm walking around the house doing stuff, listening to it. And also with Corey, I would get the TuneIn, Varsity, whatever you guys are on now. And I'll probably listen to that more than I watch the actual road game. So I'll be tuned in with the critiquing ear on you this year. Now, one thing, you're Scooter, you're not Corey, and that's a good thing. Nobody should be Corey. Hello. The 1-0.
The 1-0.
Thank you, Corey.
Hello.
One thing he did, which was awesome, is interact with the fans. Now, Scooter, you want to make sure you're calling the game, doing your job, but at some point, do you want to incorporate that, keep that going?
I plan on incorporating it this Friday with
Good.
Twitter. And we had a little tweet go out from the Pirate Sports Network account yesterday. Got some cool behind-the-scenes stuff planned for the Pirate Sports Network Twitter account throughout the season. So make sure you follow us on Twitter. I think everybody's really going to enjoy the stuff that we got planned for this season.
Good deal. I love the where are folks listening from, just sending Corey random stuff. So Scooter he's a funny guy. Intelligent, so I think you'll be fun to interact with as well.
Yep, looking forward to it. Love to see where people are listening from, and also just see how far Pirate Nation is out there on the airwaves.
It's international, so that'll be fun. Coming up on Friday, Scooter, how about I saw you a video of you doing PA for J.H. Rose, which sounded really good. Where are we at with the basketball season? When do the playoffs start?
The Rampants wrapped up their season last night, and the seeding for the state playoffs will come out on Saturday, I believe.
Oh, good. We'll get to see a lot of coaches and Brian North get upset about the brackets and stuff. I think that's more for football, maybe. But it's always an adventure putting these brackets together, it seems like.
It is. We were talking about it, Rose, last week. We saw a projection. South Brunswick was playing First Flight in the first round, and we looked it up. That is a 4-hour and 40-minute trip from South Brunswick to First Flight, and that's in a car. That is not on a activity bus.
Where's so I know Brunswick. Where's First Flight?
First Flight is Kill Devil Hills.
Holy moly! Okay, Yeah, that's not good. So, are my Vikings going to be playing postseason basketball?
They should be. With them being one of only 2 teams in the 4A portion of that conference, they will pretty much always make the playoffs.
What was that? Well, you don't have to give them a slide. You can just say, "Yeah, Clip, they're in it."
Well, they gave it to the Rampants a few weeks ago over in Hollywood, so they got a really good team. Rose, they split with Rose this year. They'll be a fun team to watch in the playoffs as well.
Looking forward to following that. We'll get some of the coaches on here on Pirate Radio Live and talk some postseason basketball. So, what about you mentioned you've done all this stuff with Little League in the past? Are you gonna have to? Is that going to have to take a back seat to your play-by-play duties now, I would guess?
It is. I've worked it out where I think I'll be able to work about 15 days with Little League throughout the regular season, and they'll definitely will be right there with the Little League Softball World Series this summer. Basically, once East Carolina gets done, I'll be right back down to Elm Street Park doing my thing down there, but I joke with everybody. I said, hopefully I'll be in Omaha when the city championship rolls around this year.
That would be awesome. Scooter, Softball World Series. So last year you were unable to get, the fan involvement that you wanted, right? But hopefully this year that'll change.
I hope so. We're pretty much planning on it being a normal year. We have not heard an official word or anything like that yet.
Sure.
But
and also international teams didn't come last year, right?
Correct. And we're planning on having international teams this year, which there'll be four of those coming. And our format switches a little bit this year. We go from pool play to a modified double elimination format this year. So the schedule, I think we have a little bit less playing days this year. But definitely with that new format and bringing the international teams in, it's going to be a exciting time at Elm Street Park in August.
And by the way, for folks that don't know, Scooter is still a student.
That's right.
At East Carolina.
Yep, I'm a junior. I'm a communication major and minoring in sports studies.
Yeah, you go to school so you can land your job. Like, you have your job. Maybe you should be teaching a class, not going to class.
It's definitely different having this job. And when I was offered a job, I had to get with my professors and say, hey, this is the possibility.
Yeah.
Would I be able to get out of class and get excused absences and that sort of thing? And they were like, yeah, you can't turn this opportunity down at your age and where you're at.
Do you have planned home run calls or anything? Or are you just off the cuff?
I think it's going to be kind of off the cuff.
Yeah.
I've got something in the back of my head for Pirate Victories, kind of my tagline. But,
nice. Okay.
But we're going to wait and debut the first Pirate W, which will hopefully happen this Friday.
Speaking of our old friend Tyler Feldman, I was looking at some videos today, ECU baseball stuff, and I guess Feldman tweeted out last year, ECU walks it off on opening day for the second straight year. So 2 years in a row, the Pirates have won in walk-off fashion.
Did not realize that.
If it's 3 in a row, it's going to make for an exciting first broadcast.
It is.
Friday night.
I am. Very looking forward to a great broadcast. Hopefully no problems, which you can't control that with radio equipment, as you know.
Yeah.
And hopefully the rain holds off. You're looking at the forecast today. I think it might be out of here by about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. I was a little worried earlier in the week. I was like, this is my luck. If we're going to have a dang doubleheader the first time I have a broadcast, I have to call 18 innings in one day. But hopefully the weather cooperates, equipment cooperates, and hopefully we get a Pirate W to put the icing on the cake.
Yeah, get your fill-in talk ready too for rain delays and delays like that. Go ahead and get some topics down. You can, if you got Coach O there, you can bounce some baseball stuff off him.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll talk about some Major League Baseball problems these days. I don't think there's any of those going on in the world.
Yeah, right. Like I said earlier, I'm not super worried about that right now. I'm going to let them figure out whatever crap they got going on because we got Pirate Baseball. We got NCAA tournament coming up soon. That's awesome. Now, if that stuff ends and there's no Major League Baseball, I'm going to have a problem. Mm-hmm. It's going to be sad time.
If I can't make my annual trip to Truist Park in early September, I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah, I just saw a tweet about how Chipper Jones was upset with the offer the Braves gave Freddie Freeman. Freddie may not be coming back.
It would drive me crazy if they don't.
It makes zero sense.
It makes zero sense. I saw a tweet earlier that Juan Soto turned down a $325 million deal from the Nationals. I was like, good Lord.
Nobody wants to play for the Nationals.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
But if the Braves don't re-sign Freddie Freeman, I will be a very disappointed man.
I'm hyped to see the return of Acuna and the World Series champions back on the field. Excited to see the Greenville Regional champions back on the field coming up this Friday. East Carolina and Bryant going at it. Scott Rogers will be on the call. Scott, we'll let you save the rest of your voice and get ready for the weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us, man, and we'll keep in touch, talk with you throughout the baseball season.
Thank you, Clip. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Scott Rogers, Scooter, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. When we return, we'll hear what Cliff Godwin had to say just an hour or so ago as he met with the media one final time before beginning the season on Friday. That's on the way when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Hey, this is Troy D., proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. Ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York Style Pizza is a MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
It's bow time. We think a chicken sandwich this good should speak for itself. But when you're talking juicy, hand-breaded, and boldly seasoned chicken breasts, piled up with thick-cut pickles and creamy mayo all on a buttery toasted bun, well, we are happy to say it again and again and again. Bo's Chicken Sandwich, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Offense Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. You work hard for your money, and at Carolina Wealth Management, we believe that your money should work hard for you. Do you know if it is? To learn more about your investment portfolio, go to mycarolinawealth.com to schedule a free consultation. That's mycarolinawealth.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. Thanks, Shirley. I was reading.
Thanks, Shirley.
You ever read? When's the last time y'all read a good book?
When did I graduate high school? 2016.
I read a book 2 months ago, actually.
What'd you read?
It's called Untamed.
The Life of Shirley Rhodes. Untamed. the biography.
No.
What was your favorite book you read in school, Chandler?
Let's see. Probably Tom Sawyer.
Today's Tom Sawyer. I liked The Outsiders. I liked
To Kill a Mockingbird was good.
Of course, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Tequila Mockingbird.
I liked War of the Worlds.
I never read that. Now, is that the
Worlds?
They turned it into a movie? Is that the same thing, or is that different?
Yeah, it's actually an Orson Welles. It was based on a radio show that Orson Welles did.
Oh yeah,
and it literally created panic.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they wrote a book about it, and I read that book.
Okay. Lord of the Flies, I think my favorite.
Yes, yeah. Well, no, I don't think I read the book. I think we watched the movie.
My favorite was Children of the Corn.
Now that is like a horror movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wow.
I was reading From the Helm, one of my favorite books.
Oh, that's a good book.
Oh yeah, good book.
By John Gilbert.
Written by
John Gilbert actually sounds like a
short
famous author.
and sweet.
Well, that sounds like John.
By John Gilbert.
New York Times bestseller.
He does all the books about who's the guy that does the ones of the North Carolina Nicholas Sparks. With a foreword by John Gilbert.
John Gilbert.
Two lovers meet on the sea, but one already has a lover.
ECU's first 4 football games will be at home.
It's his lover's brother. But the brother didn't know that the cousin was the family dog. Tell me you wouldn't read that book. I don't even know.
I'm all over that.
If I had my hands on it right now, I'd be reading the hell out of it.
It is a page turner. Quick read. Here's what I was reading. There's no better place to be this weekend than the Grady White Boats Athletic Campus. Why, you may ask?
Why is that?
Because baseball, softball, and lax are all in action. For the first time at home since 2022.
It's a full boat.
Amanda Moore got the Pirates off to a good start, a 13-4 dub at Radford last week. So we got live lacrosse coming up against Winthrop Friday at 5. We got softball going on all weekend as the Wink and the Pirates will be taking on Colgate, Rutgers, and Wagner as part of the Pirate Clash. And then, of course, baseball, Bryant in town for a 3-game set, Friday at 4, Saturday at 2, Sunday at 1. All right, John Gilbert in this From the Helm says the 2022 football schedule will be released this week with conference dates and game designations. Well, today's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
So we're saying, I'm going to say tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I'm going to say tomorrow.
No way he does this on a Friday. It's going to be tomorrow.
Now, who is he? He's not doing it. It's they.
They, whoever.
All right. He says, with the way our schedule falls, our expectation is to open the season with 4 consecutive games at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. We know NC State is the opener. We got Old Dominion on the 10th, Campbell on the 17th, and then the conference slate will begin September 24th at home. I remember Igo and I looking at dates, putting the puzzle together, and we said that that Navy game, we said it might not be that day because that would mean 4 straight home games to open the season for ECU, but it appears that could be the case. Navy being the conference opener, but we shall see on that. That is not set in stone. So 4 straight at home.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Oh man, that makes for a tough back end of the schedule.
Tough,
Jeff. It's a tough road trip when things are starting to get a little cool in the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
that means that your last 8 games of the season, 5 of them will be on the road for the Pirates.
Now, is this a 7 home road 5 year? All right, good deal, Chandler.
7 home games this year for ECU.
Okay, so not as bad. If it was 6 and 6, then yeah. All right, well, I'll take it. So there you go. There's the update from one John Gilbert, our favorite novelist, writer.
By John Gilbert.
If you could write a book, Chandler, what would it be about? I don't know why people say I'm a bad interviewer. These are great questions.
I guess they're great questions, but man, they just throw you off guard, and it makes you think. And I don't like to think. Now I'm trying to think about what I would write about if I was an author.
If you had to write a fiction book, what are you into? You into sci-fi? You into time travel? You into murder mystery? You into lust?
When you're talking about books.
Yeah.
I love
a good romance novel.
Oh God, no. I don't like horror movies. I don't like scary movies, but I absolutely love Stephen King books. I'll read them all day long, and I've read a ton of them. But I don't like the movies.
Okay.
And there's one in particular that he actually wrote under a different name, but it's called The Black House.
John Gilbert?
No. Stephen King.
Yeah, what was the name?
The name of the author?
Yeah.
I can't remember right off the top of my head, but it was an assumed name, but he wrote it. It's called The Black House, and it is the single most twisted book I've ever read in my life, and I loved it.
So was it Joseph Buttcheeks? Sorry, I need to stay in my lane.
Damn, dude, are you serious?
Stay in my lane.
Stay in your damn lane.
Stay in my lane.
You hung a hard left on that one.
I read The Hunger Games because
loved them.
The movies were about to come out.
Yep.
And my stepdaughter and wife had read it.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm not a teenage girl, but you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. And it was awesome. I love that book.
I read all of the Harry Potter books. That is not my genre. That's not something I normally read. But my oldest nephew at the time was just a kid, and he was really into the books. So to kind of bond with him, I started reading them. Then I got hooked on them, and I have the whole set. Loved them.
Why do we bring this up? Oh yeah, Chandler, what's your book about?
I'll probably go with this young boy who.
Oh boy!
This young boy who grew up he had this dream school. He always wanted to go to this school.
Okay.
And he got into this school.
All right.
And he always had a dream of playing football at that school. And he tried to walk on, and he didn't make it. But his second dream was
so this
getting
is a
into the
story
radio.
about perseverance.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And there's probably a love interest and some lust along the way.
Lust.
And a case of mistaken identity.
Excuse me. So, he doesn't make the football team. He tried to walk on, and he didn't make it. But his second dream was getting into the sports talk radio business.
Yeah.
He interns at this local radio station for 4.5 years. And then
nobody knows
his name.
But nobody knows the guy's name.
Once
and
again,
that's fine.
Story of perseverance.
So the boy gets the job at the local radio station, and that's the end.
Boy, what a dramatic twist there. And it's called
Chad. That's the name of the book.
Chad?
Yes.
Oh, that's not bad. It's
just
called
simply Chad.
Chad Snap Decision.
Ooh, I like it.
I kind of want it to be kind of like a Rudy type thing.
Well, I'm not carrying you out of here on my shoulders.
Shirley gets injured during a show, and he steps up as lead producer and makes the play.
No, I'll just walk in and take my Pirate Radio hat off, lay it down on Troy's desk.
Pirate Radio listener,
I'm not producing this show without Chandler.
Pirate Radio listener Steve Hill was at Barnes and Nobles forever. He says Peter May, The Black House.
Yes. I believe that's it. But yeah, it was an assumed author's name. So a lot of people didn't realize that it was actually Stephen King that wrote that book, but it was insanely twisted.
People forget. All right, let's hear what Cliff Godwin had to say earlier today as he met with the media one final time before the Pirates take the field on Friday. Here's the Q&A with Coach Godwin.
All right, Coach, this team ready to go?
We got 2 more days of practice, so we got good weather. Excited for 2 more days, and then we'll be ready to go on Friday.
Have you got a rotation set for this weekend?
I do. Garrett Saylor will go on Friday, Cooch will go on Saturday, and then Jake Hunter, a freshman, will go on Sunday.
What's Whisenhunt's status?
He will not pitch this weekend. Violation of a team rule, and so he will not pitch.
How long is that going on for?
I don't know. So,
obviously, big spot for Garrett. So I think it'll be maybe a second or third career start. Just what do you tell him going into that?
Just pitch like he's been pitching for the past, I guess, 8 months. Coach Knight and him have worked hard on his sinker, and he was our best starting pitcher in the fall and has continued on being that in the early preseason.
How about hitting the ball? You guys have been playing scrimmages. You're feeling good with the way they're hitting the ball right now?
We got a lot of different lineups we can put out there. I think I said on media day we can go really defensive, we can go really offensive, we can go somewhere in between, but I think our guys have done a good job and they're ready to go.
Not to give any secrets, but what kind of offense do you look at with Brian, I guess?
For us, for our offensive, I have not looked at their. I know who their rotation is. They're throwing a righty on Friday, a righty on Saturday, and a lefty on Sunday. It's tough to get a lot of information. I think the first 2 guys are transfers who pitched at other schools. So we'll get as much information as we can, but early in the season it's just hard. You got to go out there and kind of bob and weave a little bit, but we want our guys to be aggressive and go out there and score as many runs as we can.
Is it one of those weekends where you try and get as many guys in as you can to just get some guys on the field?
We're going to do everything we can to win the game. So if we put 9 out there and it's only 9, then no offense, this isn't a little league where you got to play 2 innings. So I do foresee a lot of guys being able to come off the bench, though, because we are deep.
Is it hard to scout these guys that no one's played a game yet and not knowing a lot about them?
It is. And there's video on stuff. If you're facing a guy that pitched a lot last year, there's a lot of video out there. But there'll be some on these guys, but probably not a ton. I go back to when we played Quinnipiac in the 19 regional. That was as naked as I've ever felt as a coach going into a postseason because there just wasn't a lot of information out there on those guys.
Do you have a batting order as far as what you're thinking right now? Or are you going to wait for the next 2 days?
Well, I have one written down in my office that you're not going to see.
I snuck in there a minute ago.
Yeah, well, see, it's covered up, so you wouldn't know where it is. But, no, look, the next 2 days of practice, rents do every day. I tell our guys that all the time. So that can determine if a guy's playing or if he is not playing or hitting in a certain spot.
Does that carry over to the pitchers week to week? Can we put too much stock in who starts this week, or could that be totally changed for next weekend?
Well, after Sunday scrimmages, Cooch and all the pitchers were out there, and we talked about the starting rotation, and I asked Cooch, I said, in your 5 years here, the guys that started on opening weekend in the position they did that end up being that way at the end of the season? And even in COVID, it didn't. So normally it maneuvers around. Last year, Gavin was, of course, hurt to start with and was coming back, but Tyler Smith started on Friday, and all that stuff was jumbled up at the end of the season because, guys pitch well, pitch in different roles, and you figure it out on the fly a little bit.
Jake Hunter seems like he's just done a good job of, pounding the zone this preseason. Just what have you seen from him?
Well, this past weekend he stuffed it against what is some of our better hitters. So I was actually pretty frustrated with our offense, but he did a really good job. He's pounded the strike zone, and just a very competitive freshman. A lot of times, sometimes I can get a little nervous out there. He has not seemed to get nervous or anything faze him so far.
Our starters this weekend, is the pitch count, pretty low because of where we're at in the season?
Yeah, Malcolm, they'll all be on pitch counts. Thanks, Bailey, for bringing that up. I wouldn't say pretty low. AK's done a good job of getting their pitch count up, but they ain't going to go out there and throw 100 pitches.
What's the level of excitement for the season opener out of the guys? Are they have a little extra pep in the step this week?
Yes, the weather's been good, so they've been out here bouncing around. But no, they're excited. They're tired of playing each other, so it'll be a good test for us coming up this weekend.
far as the leadoff spot, is that a spot that you want to have somebody set? I know you've messed with it as far as one of your better hitters there in the past. You kind of have an idea of who might start there?
Got an idea about it, but I'm not real set. I felt pretty confident in it last year and when Bryant Packard was, but I think it'll probably be a couple different guys early in the season to see what the best fit is for our offense.
How are you starting Friday health-wise? Is everybody pretty much injury-free at this point, or you got any bangs and bruises?
Groves threw a bullpen this week. He was battling a sore arm. Merritt Beaker will throw against hitters actually tomorrow just for one inning. So those two guys from a pitching standpoint were a little bit banged up. And Aiden Edwards, a freshman catcher, his arm's been bothering him, but he's coming back as well. But I don't know if he'll be available to catch this weekend.
Obviously, with Wisenhunt out, opportunities for other guys to step up. Is that kind of your message to the team? Hey, it's just, one weekend opportunity is there for everybody?
This is no disrespect to Carson Wisenhunt, but it's the deepest pitching staff that we've ever had here. And I told them if they were scared to play because he wasn't pitching, then turn in their uniform. So I feel very confident with the guys we're going to run out there.
Coach, team rules? Is it something off the field or can you elaborate on it?
I'm going to give you the Bill Belichick violation of a team rule, not rules, rule. Singular. Yep.
Has what you've seen in the preseason and within scrimmages helped back up your thought that this is a deep pitching staff? I mean, are they showing that to you right now?
They are, and there's a lot of guys that are young guys that are continuing to come, and you can see just flashes of really good stuff and them executing pitches. And like I said, Coach Knight's done a really good job with those pitchers. So I'm excited to see what those guys can do.
I guess the non-conference season, it looks pretty tough. I mean, what are you expecting to get out of that, and how do you hope that prepares moving forward? Yeah,
I've said, to you guys at Media Day, I think it's the toughest schedule we've ever had here on paper, but you put it together 2-3 years earlier, so you're really not sure how teams are going to play and how good they're going to be. But I know this: if you don't show up in college baseball these days, you're gonna lose. So we really focus on ourselves and make sure our guys are prepared and mentally ready to go. And if we do that, then we'll be in pretty good shape.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, Coach.
Oh, there you are. Hey, no, you're good.
How does it feel to being back in front of the fans to open up this season?
I know it seems crazy. You forget about us opening up with just parents in the stands last year this time, and then you get to the regional and it's full capacity, probably over capacity. It was awesome. So I'm excited. Bailey and Troy, they thought they were weathermen earlier in the week, so it looks like the weather's going to get out at least by noon. So I think we're going to be in good shape, and the temperatures are good. So we need all of Pirate Nation to pack Clark LeClaire.
All right, Cliff Godwin there earlier today with the media talking Pirate baseball. Once again, the big news today: no Carson Wisenhunt, violation of team rule, according to Cliff Godwin. Will not pitch this weekend. We'll have him back hopefully next weekend when the Pirates take on the Tar Heels. So it'll be Garrett Saylor Friday, Jake Cooch-Maynor Saturday, and we're all kind of waiting to see and wondering what Jake Hunter will look like when he makes his pitching debut for the Pirates on Sunday. We'll close out the hour with this stat. This is interesting. So
the stats to consider.
Thank you. I put out my hot take. It's one of those things you throw out, and if it happens, you look like a genius. If it doesn't, you just don't bring it up again, and nobody remembers. But my Joe Burrow is Dan Marino take. Burrow's going to lose in the Super Bowl. We'll check. That happened. And we'll never, ever make it back to another Super Bowl again. And how about this, Chandler? Each of the last 16 quarterbacks to lose in their Super Bowl debut have never, ever made it back to the big game again. Wow! As a starter. And those quarterbacks are Stan Humphries. Do you know who he quarterbacked against?
Poor Stan.
He was in the biggest Super Bowl blowout ever. Got hammered by the Niners.
Did you see Dan Marino's tweet to Joe Burrow?
That was fake, Shirley.
Fake, fake.
That was fake.
It was fake.
Oh, crap.
Got her again.
Because it was funny.
It was funny.
It was funny. And I love Dan Marino.
And it was Jim Kelly?
The Dan Marino, Jim Kelly.
Yes, that was
Damn,
fake.
how did I miss that? You know what? You hush.
Hey, Shirley, I'm fake. Hey, what am I, Shirley? All right, let's move along quickly. Yeah, that wasn't real. It would have been funny. It was Marino saying what? You'll definitely get back or something like that. Yeah. And he never did.
Jim
Kelly
was
like,
wait, how do I delete this tweet? You know how you get me? Because, I'm one of those people on Twitter that I just scroll through 100 different things and I might read something for half a second and I keep on going. I'm not one of those that investigates whether or not something's true.
Well,
I ain't got that kind of time.
My legit policy on everything I see on social media. When I see something, I assume it's fake. So what is it, like innocent until proven guilty? I go fake until proven real.
Steven Igo?
Shut up.
Steven Igloo. Okay, I need to really stay in my lane.
Here's the list. Stan Humphries, blown out by the Niners. Neil O'Donnell. That's the first time I learned what throwing the game meant because he kept giving it to Cowboys defensive players in that Super Bowl. Drew Bledsoe against the Packers. Chris Chandler against the Broncos. Steve McNair against the Rams. Kerry Collins against the Ravens. Rich Gannon against the Bucks, who had 5 interceptions. Jake Delhomme against the Patriots.
Who was Kerry Collins with? Cats. The Giants?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry?
I said he was the quarterback of the Cardiac Cats.
He was.
You are correct.
That is correct, ma'am. Donovan McNabb puking during the game against the Patriots. Matt Hasseljack against the Steelers.
We're going to score first.
Not.
We want the ball because we're going to score first.
Sexy Rex Grossman against the Colts. Colin Kaepernick against the Ravens. Camuel Newton against the Broncos. Matt Ryan against the Patriots. They had a big lead in that game, right?
28-3 to be exact.
Jared Goff against the Patriots. Jimmy Garoppolo against the Chiefs. So that is 16.
Wow.
Well, that would be, and Burrow's 17. Jimmy G, Jared Goff, Matt Ryan, maybe Cam, technically still have time to make it to another one as a starter, but the odds are pretty slim on that.
Very.
And so my Joe Burrow hot take is looking good.
And it is looking good, and it could possibly be true because even next year, and I know he's got years ahead of him, but the AFC, it's going to be hard to get back next year in the AFC when you have Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. You got the Bills who
are, and those are the two favorites, Chandler, as right now to win the Super Bowl next year.
Wow. So it's going to be tough, but they're really going to have to address the O-line because they got weapons, obviously, with Burrow and Chase. But you think about T. Higgins, who could have had 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl if he didn't drop that one on the first drive. So they got Higgins, they got Boyd, and of course they got Mixon in the backfield. So they can make it back. It's just going to be a tough road.
I agree. I mean, you could make a case it's getting into hot take territory where they don't make the playoffs next year.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
What if Lamar and the Ravens...
Somebody turn on the air conditioning.
Lamar and the Ravens are back. Patriots are good. Herbert and the Chargers take a step. The Broncos get a veteran quarterback with what they have. I mean, you could, the Dolphins with their new coach, and I don't know. I could just see the Bengals. It was a great story this year, and I think they are going to be pretty good, but I don't know. I'm not writing them into another Super Bowl for years to come.
And of course, the pressure is going to be there to try to get back, and that's always tough to go against.
Yeah, and isn't there something about the Super Bowl loser who struggles the next year or something?
Just ask the Carolina Panthers, who went 6-10 the next year
there you go.
After going not undefeated, but losing only one regular season game.
Who'd y'all lose to that year?
In the regular season, the Falcons.
Late in the year, right? What were you 15-0?
Literally week 16. It was the week before the final regular season game.
Gotcha. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Bryce Williams joins us. We'll have our giveaway, open up the booty bag,
and more when we return on this Wednesday edition. We're back with you after this. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half-gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park, or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Uptown Greenville's newest dining experience is open and ready to serve you. The Sidebar, a Tex-Mex fusion restaurant, offers dinner and weekend brunch. Located at 707 Dickinson Avenue, right beside the DAP House, the Sidebar has indoor dining and patio seating for everyone to enjoy. For the latest information on reservations, menu items, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, the Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has nationally certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live will make you a winner. Open up the booty bag later on this hour. We got Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, CJ Schaefer producing, and Bryce Williams joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios just in time. Right on time. Chandler did say, though, he was about to get hit with the FTA.
Yeah.
A failure to appear. But you did appear, Bryce, and we are speaking in those terms because earlier this week, Ellerby said he had jury duty, and he took a picture of another potential juror, which is probably against the law. We could probably send Ellerby to jail for this. But one Bryce Williams was there as well.
I was to do my civil duty.
That's right. Have you ever done jury duty?
That was the first time I had to do that. Thankfully, I obviously, I would have actually, a part of me was like, I've been curious to maybe have my input, see some Pitt County drama. See what's going on.
Pitt County justice.
Behind the scenes of everyday life. But yeah, I was not chosen initially, and then when I called back yesterday evening, they said my thank you for your service, but your service is no longer needed.
All right, so you're out. So I guess when you turn 18,
I think so. 18 and driver's license, voter ID, voter registration is how they. So they said, because I was curious, how do you get picked? And Anna's been picked literally, I think at least three times in the past year and a half.
Wow.
And what the lady explained, what they do, since you have your driver's license, and now that I'm an official Pitt County resident, because I just changed my license this summer, fall, whatever it was, to my Winterville address. And what they do, they have some automated system, and it draws she said 20 to 30,000 names, and they pick from that for about 2 years.
Okay.
And ironically, that was I was one of the lucky numbers.
So right after I was eligible, but I want to say I was more early 20s maybe. But anyway, I got picked, and I got put on the jury. I went through the questions, put on the jury, and it was all for naught because we had a hung jury. We couldn't come to a consensus decision.
Oh, wow.
So we were there late into the, not late, but feels like after 5:30 or something. And we had a hung jury, and that was it. We were done after that. And then the second time I was picked, and the lawyer and the DA were throwing me questions, and I guess they didn't like my answers, and they got rid of me.
Yeah.
So did you get to that point of it?
No. So they had, they had these cards, and they pulled, first they pulled 35 names to split the jury. It was 80 of us, and Ellerby was in the other group. And so I stayed, I was there for the criminal. And then they're all right, let's pick, 12 names. So they picked 12 names. Sure enough, mine didn't get called. Well, then they excused one gentleman, so they had to pick another name.
Oh, so you were there seeing that part?
I was seeing
the
all
Q&A.
I knew what the case was.
Gotcha.
Was there for the Q&A, and so they picked. So that guy got excused. So they picked another name. Well, then they did the alternate juror. And that got excused 3 times. So they picked 3 more names, I guess 4 total names. And I was like, goodness gracious, we're really narrowing down here. And, no, I didn't get picked. And I probably would have said, do you have an issue being an alternate juror? Part of it been yeah, I'd rather have my say. If I, in a way, I was gonna say I'd rather have a say so in this instead of just wasting my time.
Yeah. They probably would have got rid of you. If you said that.
I was gonna say either that or I had some, I have law enforcement and things like that. But it was kind of funny the questions they asked.
Yeah.
Some of them seems relative, but or relevant to like the case, but I'm like the other ones were so pointless. You know, what do you do? How long have you been doing that? What do your kids do? And it was just like I could see in some form that would be relevant, but then some of them, like the defense attorney was asking, it was like, are you just trying to like fill the gap or something? Because some of the questions he was asking was so pointless.
Yeah.
And I could see why he was a defense attorney, by the way, with the questions he asked. So
I was saying this Monday. I got so upset while I was on the jury at the defense attorney, a public defender, I would imagine. Because I was like, dude, why are you focusing on this? All you got to do is do this, and your guy will probably get off. And I just wanted to like yell at him, but I just sit there and take it, I guess. But like you said, there is part of it that is fascinating. You're in an actual episode of Law and Order at that point, and it's pretty neat when you think about it that way.
Yeah, because you you go through your everyday life not thinking about it, and then you're like, hey, you serve for jury duty, and you're in there, and you're sitting in the same room as the I guess the defendant.
Yeah,
and you're kind of like
trying to get a read on.
Dang, like what's going on here? So I would have, if I had nothing going on, right? I think it would have been interesting to sit in on the case and. Guilty, not guilty, and yada yada yada. So
the jury deliberations, you're in a room with everybody, and you got to go guilty or not guilty, and then explain why. And I can't remember the exact number of ours. It wasn't 6-6. It might have been like 8-4 or 7. But like, did
you say guilty or not guilty?
I said not guilty because they didn't prove it. The thing they're
talking about yours now.
It's like this was like 15 years ago.
Yes, you're good.
The thing that got me, so it was something like there was a robbery on like a Friday evening, and then Saturday they were going down the road and saw a guy that they thought was the same guy. And then they did a police sketch of the guy they saw on that Saturday. And my thing with the lawyer never said, okay, you're doing a police sketch of this guy you saw Saturday. What about the guy that robbed you on Friday? It had nothing, like you could totally separate those two. And that really frustrated the heck out of me. But they I didn't want to send a guy to jail that you couldn't prove actually did it.
Because without what they say, reasonable doubt.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Clearly there was doubt.
There was some doubt in my mind. And whatever. There it is. Bryce, we were joking on you a little bit because you come in here football season, I'm going to ask you a prediction. But every time I ask you, you're like, yeah, like I just gave you the SAT. Yeah. Well, dang, this is a tough one here. You got ECU. What time? Where's the game? Like, I would love to hear you answer questions from the DA and the lawyer, because you want to give your honest answer,
right?
But it might take you a while to get there,
for sure. And I was sort of thinking, like, how would I respond to that? Obviously they would ask me what I did, and I think, which I guess I can't talk about it yet. Maybe I can. Maybe next week. Maybe next Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't want you to get in trouble.
And but I was thinking some answers. But what was real funny is how many people do not. I guess are so. I guess quiet. I would like to think of a better term. But when they're asking the questions, you're in the courtroom and like how many times the judge and the lawyers had to tell these people. Can you speak up? Like, how many people just don't speak loud? I was like, well, that'd be one thing I get, right?
You're loud. Well, look, I'm pretty comfortable with public speaking, but when you're in a room with perhaps a felon, and then there's police, and then there's a judge, it's a little nervous,
right?
Like, what if they find something on me? Like, I haven't even done anything, but I'm a little nervous.
Right, and it was funny. We were sitting in there. I mean, of course, like I said, thankfully I didn't get picked.
Yeah.
But I got there at 12. Had to be there at 12:30. Well, of course, we didn't get in court until 12:45, and then we had to it's just they were just filling the gap until I guess they were done at lunch. But you had everybody sort of sitting there on your phone, which I guess you technically can't be on your phone, but it was funny, like whenever the judge came in, I was almost like,
all right,
like,
act right.
Yeah.
Get his shoulders up.
It's like, here I'm an innocent man for nothing. I'm just like, oh God, like what am I doing?
Should I call my attorney?
I started raising my hands. I didn't know what to do, you know. And yeah, should I call my attorney? And it was funny to be like that, you know. Then the bailiff comes in and
because it gets real. It's like, oh, this is like a real life situation.
And it was definitely something. You know, they say no phones, and of course, I saw some people on their phone.
Yeah.
I was looking at Ellerby. He wasn't quite on his phone in the beginning. Then I saw him jump on it, so I was like, well, I guess I'll jump on my phone.
Yeah.
And then, like, the clerk lady was like, just so y'all know, cell phones are not allowed. I guess it was more so during the during the court session. And it's like, you know, they'll keep it till Friday, potentially. I was like, oh, gosh, you know, take this thing off. Yeah. You know, constantly feeling my phone, like thinking, okay, is this thing off? Is it going to buzz? And actually, there was one older lady who, like twice, I don't even know what, it wasn't a ringtone. It was like a voice. It was weird, like twice behind me. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, lady? Like, at least put it on vibrate, make sure your volume's down. But she was obviously not too aware of her phone.
Once I'm like old and like retired, don't have anything to do, I think being a professional juror would be fun. Just to give me something to do during the day.
You can do that?
No.
But really would. I mean, you talk about knowing what's going on.
Yeah, I just want to. I find the cases fascinating. Some probably boring, but
for sure.
Shirley said that she was dismissed after. What'd you say, Shirley? The one of the lawyers.
The defense lawyer was held in contempt.
So he did a
so
no-no.
he was being hauled off to jail, and we were dismissed.
The defense lawyer?
Yeah. The defense lawyer ticked off the judge because literally we came in the courtroom, they seated us, and they were and the lawyers were in there. The judge comes in. I don't know if he had stepped out prior, but he came back in, and he was visibly angry, and he immediately called the bailiffs up to the bench, spoke to them, and then he spoke to us and said we needed to step out of the room for a few minutes. So the bailiffs escorted us out. And you know, in the courtroom, you've got the if you're up on the second floor, you've got the two like little walkways. Mm-hmm. We were on one walkway, and I happened to see him. I just didn't realize it was that defense attorney being escorted on the walkway on the opposite side, and I saw him being escorted out by a sheriff's deputy, but I didn't know it was him at the time. Until later, because the sheriff's deputy that escorted that attorney out was a friend of mine, and that's how I found out that he was held in contempt.
He gone.
I wonder what he did.
I don't know. He said something and ticked off the judge.
You're
Judge
out
said,
of order.
That's it. You're gonna spend some time in the slammer.
Jeez, I do enjoy like on YouTube, like they show, so and so insults the. Insults the judge, or look at this guy, and it's actually pretty interesting.
And they tack on like another year or another 6 months or whatever.
It was pretty interesting.
Here's my problem. If they put me on the, I don't look at it from a juror standpoint. I'd hate to have to be a witness in something, and they call you up, because I know me, if I was going to get cross-examined like some of these lawyers do on television, I would have wanted to come out of my chair and say, look. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably be a horrible witness being cross-examined.
And then the judge could tell you to just answer the question or you'll be held in contempt.
Yeah.
And they'll haul you out.
Yeah, so it's like, I was like, I hope I don't ever have to be in a situation where I have to be called as a witness, because I don't think I could handle a cross-examination, because I'd want to hurt somebody, I think.
All right, there's Bryce's jury duty tale, and I remember taking it pretty serious, like while I was on the case, because this went into maybe Wednesday or Thursday, and like my girlfriend at the time would be like, so what is it about? And I'd be like, I can't talk about it. I'm sorry. I can't tell you.
They tried to pry on me,
and you didn't say.
I'm
way
not
to go, Bryce.
Nothing.
I like that. See, we are good Americans,
you dang
good
right.
citizens.
Now next week I'll tell her what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
When everything's settled, but yeah, it was like that literally, because we went out to eat and she was like, "Just tell me, I won't tell." I'm like, I'm not saying anything. Look,
way to go, Bryce. Good man.
Yeah,
good man.
I'm a hard clam to open,
and then he'll save that for something. It'd probably lead to a fight, but hey.
Yeah.
You never tell me anything. I can't. I'm not allowed to.
Do you want me to go to jail?
Oh man, good stuff. There you go. Pirate Radio indoors with Bryce Williams. Just saw Matt Stafford and the Rams celebrating. Let's take a time out. We'll come back. We'll talk. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did.
All right. We'll talk a little Super Bowl and more with Bryce Williams. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors later on this hour as well, and make you a winner. Still a lot to get to on Pirate Radio Live. We're back after this.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown and Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown and Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The Rick House, Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar, has great specials throughout the week, like $10 Tuesdays. Get 8 traditional wings and a draft beer for just $10. Wednesday night is date night, 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Friday is smokehouse night with the best ribs and brisket around. Saturday is Italian night, featuring all of our made-from-scratch pastas along with 2 glasses of wine. And on Sunday is the legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico. A huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends. Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. I ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York style pizza is a MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report for today. The Dow was down 54 points and closed today at 34,934. NASDAQ was down 15 at 14,124. The S&P, however, gained 3 points, and they closed out the day at 4,475. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Got Pirate Baseball beginning on Friday, East Carolina and Bryant. First pitch 4 o'clock, and then Saturday at 2, Sunday at 1 o'clock. If you missed it earlier, the big news today, Carson Wisenhunt, East Carolina ace, expected to go on Friday, has been suspended for the weekend. Violation of team rule, singular, according to Cliff Godwin, but should be available next week when East Carolina takes on North Carolina. It'll be Garrett Saylor pitching on Friday. Saturday, it will be Jake Kuchmaner and then Jake Hunter, the youngster, on Sunday. So hopefully, Bryce, you can make it out to Clark LeClaire for some baseball sometime this year.
I need to make it to a baseball game this year for sure.
Fun, kind of laid back, but also energetic when the Pirates get rolling. So
yeah, because I got a friend. I guess I don't know if I know Richard Wilder, but he says he's been in the jungle for like 20 years. It's not a long time. However long the jungle has been around, I think he said he's been there and talks about it. And it would be cool to do I've never tailgated for a baseball game, so that'd be a fun time.
It's kind of an event where you can tailgate throughout the game. You tailgate before, and then if you want to between innings head out, do a little more tailgating, come back in. It's like an ongoing tailgate.
I need to put that on the old calendar.
Richard Wilder, by the way, he said he enjoys when I talk to you and has no idea what you're saying or talking about, but he just enjoys it.
Yeah, we got good voices.
In fact, I don't know if Bryce is even being 100% you could be making up stuff and I wouldn't know. You might be a giant phony for all I know, and making up these words. So I don't know.
No, it's all truth.
Bryce, I said your name on Sunday because the Rams had this guy, and I still don't remember his name. So they were down to basically their third tight end. Higbee was out, and then Beckham got hurt during the game, so Stafford was throwing the guys that he normally didn't throw to, and they were going to one tight end. I'm going to pull up his name. I don't even remember, but I remember Igo saying, well, who is this guy? And I just said Bryce Williams. It was Bryson Hopkins. The tight end that had 4 catches for 47 yards in the Rams win over the Bengals. Good finish with the Rams scoring late. Cooper Kupp took over that final drive of the game for the Rams. Then it looked like the Bengals might get in field goal range, but they fall short on 4th and 1. What'd you make of the Super Bowl? How'd you enjoy it?
It was good. It was good. Close game. I wanted a decent game going on. Obviously I was leaning more towards the Bengals just out of my explanations, I guess, Wednesday. Having ties, with having the ECU guy there, and then a guy training with, and just sort of see something different. And not a huge sourness on LA, but rather see the Bengals win it. But it was a good game. I thought I thought the penalty on the linebacker on Cooper Kupp in the red zone. I was like, once you saw that, you're like, yeah, God, that was soft. You're like, really? And then I guess they broke down whoever number 85 was. And I guess when he was going for the ball and had grabbed or just hit Jalen Ramsey's face mask. You're like,
T. Higgins.
Could that have been called back? So it was kind of like, well, I can't say that's soft because I don't know, but then I don't know how you really go about judging what T. Higgins did to Jalen. That obviously that wasn't intentional, I don't think.
It probably, looking at it in slow-mo, it's easy to say that should be a flag.
Yeah.
Now, so on second down and I guess a goal, because they were inside the 10, I want to say, It looked like there could have been a flag call. There wasn't. Then on 3rd and goal, they made that call on the linebacker you're talking about, which that was shaky. And if that was not a penalty, it would have been 4th and long, and you're really down to it there. That could have been the game. Then there was like 2 more calls after that call that were actual penalties where Cooper Kupp just got mugged.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were upset at the refs at that point and saying, well, now they're just giving him the game. Well, those were actual penalties.
Yeah.
I still don't know. I don't think the one on that linebacker was a penalty. So the Rams did get bailed out. But like you said, like the Rams are leading, 13-10 when T. Higgins catches that bomb.
Yeah.
If they call that, it's 1st and 25, and the Bengals probably don't score that drive. So I don't know.
They say it was given to them, but it's honestly it's sports and calls made, calls missed. It could have gone both ways for each team as far as penalties getting called to make a change the outcome of the game. So Rams won. It was kind of well, I was gonna say the ending was kind of like, well, dadgummit, I wanted maybe something, but for the sack on 4th and 1 or whatever, Aaron Donald was pretty cool, and just sort of shows the playmaker he is. And then I saw a clip of McVay, saying, Aaron's gonna make a play. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. He called that, and
all of those plays too on that Bengals final drive. Von Miller blew past his guy, and Burrow threw it just in time. Like he was. It looked like they injected him with some freak superhero stuff before that drive, because he was on Burrow immediately. And credit to Burrow for getting those passes out.
No, I was like, how all of a sudden I feel like they were getting the defense was getting on the quarterback so quick on that last shot. I said, wait, why is this just now seeming like everything's getting real rushed or that? But what changed as far as I don't know. I did notice. I'm like, daggum.
Bryce Cooper Kupp. Well, first of all, he had like 5 catches for 60-some yards going into that last drive, and I want to say he had 3 for, we'll call it around 30-some, just on that final drive alone, including the touchdown. He had a good year, right? How about he had the greatest year ever for receiver?
That's insane.
If you combine his regular season and playoffs, he had 2,425 receiving yards.
God.
That is the most all time. In fact, it's almost let's see, about 250 more yards than Larry Fitzgerald in 2008. So he had the best all time receiving season when you calculate all the numbers he put up. And the Bengals, credit to them. I mean, they did a good job. When Beckham went out of the game and you're already without Higbee, and I didn't think about it, it was brought up at the Super Bowl party, Robert Woods might have been their number 1 guy before he got hurt earlier this year. So Stafford was not throwing to his best buddies out there. Bengals did a good job on Kupp, but that last drive, I guess great players step up when they have to, and Stafford to Kupp was the thing.
Yeah, it was and Cooper Kupp, obviously he came in that was when I was at the Rams and McVay came in that following spring. That's the year he was there. So my first what? Was he Eastern Washington?
Yep.
Is that right? And I was like, what in the world? You kind of like the big sky or Mountain West, whatever one it is.
Yep.
But man, Cooper Kupp over obviously the past 4 or 5 years. I admire the way he plays. He's obviously an extremely awesome player, and but he's like humble. Like it's literally just like every time he makes a big play, he just just is so nonchalant and everything. And then obviously it was cool to see him say how he visualized. After I guess it was last year or whichever one it was, like visualizing winning a Super Bowl and everything, and obviously for that to come true. And I think he's obviously an outstanding guy from what I've seen, and obviously I admire the humbleness of Cooper Kupp.
I wonder how many Rams were there. Well, Wood started with the Bills, so I don't know if he was there when you were there.
Yeah, he was there.
Okay. I wonder how many Rams on this team. So you said Higbee was there, right?
Yeah, Higbee, Havenstein,
Wentworth, was he there?
He was there that following that next year.
He was a Bengal and a Ram, right? He was a Bengal before, but he is the oldest player to ever play offensive line. How about a 40-year-old played in the Super Bowl? That's awesome.
Oh yeah, he was there. There was quite a. I think it'd be neat to. I'm pretty sure Aaron Donald was there. Obviously, Johnny Hecker was there.
Hecker, what is he? Punter.
Yeah, he's been there. He'll probably end his career there. If I had to take a wild guess, that might be everything. Everybody that I've really, nobody else looks.
Yeah, so they've done a lot to turn over this roster, and kind of two teams built in different ways. The Bengals built through the draft with Mixon and Higgins and Boyd, and then they brought in Chase and Burrow. And the Rams, they drafted Kupp, they drafted Donald, so credit to that. But to bring in Von Miller, Beckham, those types of guys, that got them over the top. I mean, that last drive is why they brought in a guy like Von Miller. You're up. Kind of like a closer in baseball. You're up, go get the quarterback, put some pressure on him, get some heat, and 2 Super Bowls now for Von Miller.
Because he was the
He was the MVP against Cam and the Panthers when he was on the Broncos for that Super Bowl.
Hey, now was that long ago?
It was the 2015 season, Chandler.
Oh, 2015.
Chandler remembers it well. If you have any questions about it, he'd love to answer them.
Yeah, Bryce, what do you got? You want to know who is the only touchdown scorer for the Panthers in that game? Jonathan Stewart.
The Panthers' all-time leading rusher?
That's him.
Jonathan Stewart. There you go.
Man, oh, man.
All right, Bryce, let's we got to get some Pirate Radio outdoors. You've been indoors a lot with jury duty. We'll see if you've been able to get any hunting and fishing in. But Shirley Rhodes, let's make somebody a winner right now.
Hello.
Caught her off guard.
No, I thought you were going to
Booty,
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 booty, booty, booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250, the number you should be dialing right now. Shirley, what do you want to give away today?
I got a sweet prize pack for you today.
Sweet?
In honor of ECU kicking off their baseball season this weekend, I have got 4 tickets to Saturday's baseball game, a Farm Bureau hat and a Farm Bureau shirt courtesy of Brandon Manning.
Wow.
And a Domino's pizza. So there is your prize pack for today.
Former Pirate baseballer.
Yep.
Brandon Manning. Good stuff. All right,
Caller number 12 walks away with the prize pack. You got to be able to come and pick the prize pack up here at the station. So you have to be available to pick it up.
Thursday or Friday?
Thursday or Friday, yes, correct.
All right, there you go. Who will our winner be? We'll find out after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service. If you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems, professional cleaning of your air ducts can help. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 other viruses, including the coronavirus. And if you get your house ductwork cleaned now, you'll receive a free dryer vent cleaning valued at $150. Carolina Quality Air, family owned and operated right here in Winterville, and the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. Visit them online today at carolinaqualityair.com.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary?
That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic. And we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
This is Zach Agnos, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to J.R. Robertson of Haymarket, Virginia. Won our Pirate Radio prize pack courtesy Brandon Manning and Farm Bureau. He walked away with 4 tickets to Saturday's ECU baseball game. He also gets a Farm Bureau hat and shirt and a Domino's pizza. Now is the perfect time for a review of your home, auto, and life insurance with a trusted and experienced agent. Call ECU grad Brandon Manning with Farm Bureau Insurance at 531-1812. Brandon's clients always have his cell phone number and is available before or after business hours. Call Brandon today at 531-1812 to schedule a review and get a free quote. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Flip.
All right, good old J.R. Robertson.
That is correct.
Sounds like a shooting guard. J.R. Robertson. I'd let him.
My first thought was when he said, I said, "You're my winner. What's your name, J.R.? Who shot you?"
That you could go that route.
I'm dating myself by saying that.
Dallas?
Yep.
Yeah. Who shot JR? Josh says, dang, Clip, you mean to tell me Bryce has never been to the jungle? Tell him to get his tail out there and we'll have a cold one waiting on him. That is one thing, Bryce. When you walk through the jungle, you'll be offered a lot of food, probably quite a few beers, maybe a water. So I wouldn't, maybe get you a little cooler yourself, a little personal. But you'll be taken care of out there.
Well, that'd be great.
A lot of friendly folks.
That sounds like a good time to me. Food, beer, and friends.
There you go. 3 things you really need in life. Robert said, did P. Ryan give up on the pass? So he's talking about the final play of the game where Burrow's being slung around and he throws it up there. I don't know. I haven't dissected that one. I have heard people say that could have maybe made a better effort at it.
The question is where was Joe Mixon in that situation?
Yeah,
Why are we saying Piron's name?
He's a great pass catcher out of the backfield. So.
And before that play, on the third down, they handed it off to Piron. And Aaron Donald pulled him back.
So
I know the answer to this question, actually.
Well, let's hear it.
Because someone asked Zach Taylor that question, and he said that they were late getting the call in, and he did not have an opportunity to pull Piron before that play was executed. That's why he was still in.
So they probably prefer Piron as the short yardage running back if they're going to run the ball. But if they're going to throw and call a pass play, you won't mix it in there.
But back-to-back plays, Aaron Donald gets the stuff and pulls Piron back to force a fourth down and then puts the pressure on Joe Burrow and forces him to throw an incomplete pass. And the Rams are Super Bowl champs.
Listen to this guy, radio professional.
That sounded wonderful.
So it wasn't a Thurman Thomas situation back when Washington had a good football team and before Chandler was born. What year were you born, Bryce?
93.
Oh, dear. You weren't born yet either. The Redskins and Bills played in the Super Bowl. Thurman Thomas, before the game, lost what? And I believe he missed a play on the opening drive because he couldn't find his what?
His helmet?
All right. Chandler says helmet. What do you say, Bryce?
Couldn't find
his pants.
He was out there with his legs showing.
Where's my pants at?
It's hard to get. I mean, helmet's pretty good. You know, I'm going to go off the wall and say he couldn't find his shoe.
Oh, okay.
His cleats? Yeah, okay.
Cleat, pants, helmet. Show me helmet. Ding, ding,
Ding, ding, ding.
Couldn't find his helmet, Bryce. Couldn't go in the game.
Wow.
Got to know where your stuff is.
Your protective wear.
You ever have any issues there, not having your gear right? Couldn't go in a game?
No, never had it right. I've played a few plays with my strap unbuckled and all that.
What did you lose in Blacksburg whenever you did?
I always bring that up.
Let's see.
His mind.
I lost my mind. Yeah.
Your head?
Yes, lost my mind.
He was too busy celebrating. Give him a break.
You had a great touchdown catch in the back of the end zone. I would probably be the same way. I'd probably be like, oh, crap.
Oh, God. If I ever scored, I would get flagged, probably suspended, cut from the team. I don't know what I'd do.
Oh, goodness.
I'd lose my brain out there. That's for sure.
Flip off the daggum student section.
Yeah.
Opposing student
I'd
section.
have birds going, all kinds of stuff. Turkey tears.
Turkey tears. That's right.
All over.
Turkey tears.
All right, Bryce. Let's go. Oh, one more Super Bowl question. Are you into Snoop, Dre, and the like? You a rap guy?
I'm not really a rap guy. I think, you know, a few of hearing those songs, let's see, the 50 Cent thing was pretty, you know, cool. The end of club was, I used to jam to that back in, golly, what was that, middle school?
That was like early 2000s, I guess. And then Lose Yourself, Eminem. I mean,
Eminem, that was good.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was the better of the Super Bowl halftime shows that I recall.
What makes a good one? Just kind of at least knowing the songs, right?
Knowing the song, who's playing.
Yeah.
Is really the big stuff. A few times I've been like, what? Like one time I remember Fergie was one, I think. And I thought her voice sounded terrible. Like, I'm like, that's what she sounds like live? And I don't know, that's just...
I'll talk about the national championship.
She did the national anthem for one.
That
but
was
she might have sang it. Like the Black Eyed Peas probably did.
Yeah, it was probably
halftime show.
I think it might have been the Black Eyed Peas thing. And I was like, what in the world? But
what in the world is she doing?
I don't think rap.
She sounds so bad.
Rap doesn't translate well to live either because it's a lot of the backing track, and then the guys are like screaming over that.
Yep.
So,
but you know, here's a few of those throwback songs was pretty good. I understood the whole, I guess, white buildings thing. I guess it was supposed to be like downtown LA or like the.
Well, that's news to me. I didn't get that at all.
Supposedly they were like, yeah, it's supposed to be like, you know, the hood of LA or whatever.
Oh, okay.
With Dre and Snoop Dogg, I guess. Compton.
Okay. I didn't get that.
They were on top of the buildings.
They were.
They're on top. So I was like, well. So,
there you go.
Yeah, I'm curious to see maybe what next year. Maybe they'll have some like more like old school rock guys or.
Next year, the Super Bowl is You were a part of this organization for at least a minute, I believe. The Cardinals.
I was.
Will be hosting next year.
Wow. Yeah.
So I don't know who's from. Musicians from Arizona. I'll look that up while Bryce is going over his week of outdoorsmanship, which is not a word. Bryce, what have you been doing outdoors?
Well, it was the Williams family ski trip. So I was outdoors, out in up in the mountains. We went to Beach Mountain and skied for the weekend. So it was good. We did see some deer. However, it's not deer season, so my mind. It's funny. My mind, I guess, it wasn't deer season. Was just like, man, that's a beautiful animal.
Okay, yeah. You're not in hunt mode.
I wasn't in hunt mode. I was admiration.
There you go.
And
but in other settings, you're like, man, I want to kill that.
Exactly.
thing.
And maybe it being in not rural, but like because we're all in the mountains, and it's like the deer are so comfortable. Literally, like we're driving and like. There's a little hill and I could like throw a rock at it. So I'd call them civilian deer. And, maybe it's just like, there's no threat to them, so they're not as edgy or witty. So I'm just like, that's a cool see the deer.
Yeah.
And we saw some deer. It did snow the morning we were leaving. So that was cool. But just, to ski, never skied Beach Mountain before. Had a good time with my brother and got to see my niece, my two nieces, my little nephew, my brother, and his wife, mom, and dad, grandma. So we're outdoors, but nothing was caught or shot. But as soon as I leave here, I will be headed east.
Oh.
So.
To the water? Or?
To the water.
All right.
So.
For like evening or tomorrow morning?
Probably tomorrow morning sometime after I take care of a few things with Jake. So, go fishing with Jake after I take care of other things before fishing.
Okay, well, you don't have to tell us everything you got going on.
We're gonna.
All right.
So yeah,
Hogan's goat.
Will he be found?
A little Hogan's goat.
Maybe Hogan's goat.
Baby goat.
I don't think it's gonna be too crazy of a thing. But you never know when you head east.
When you head east, all
you
bets
never
are
know.
off. You just don't know.
You ain't going. I guess the sun doesn't set in the east. So I guess when you head to the sunrise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rises in the east, right?
House of the Rising Sun.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
There we go.
Anything else, Bryce? That's it for Power Radio Outdoors?
Yeah, unfortunately, not still trying to sell my boat motor, so I guess that's an upgrade to my boat. So I guess that could be part of my outdoors.
What do you got it listed on? I got it
on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay. Anybody's interested?
I got a boat motor for sale.
Okay. All right, there you go. Pirate Radio Outdoors. Shirley, I have a list of the best musicians and artists from Arizona. Let's take a break, and we'll do that when we return. You're our music person. Some of these names you'll find interesting. I'm asking because that's where the Super Bowl is next year. So if they go local, maybe they could bring in some of these acts. We'll do that when we return and wrap up Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Because slice to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly, because grilled to order makes a sub above.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
Domino's week-long carry-out deal means you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day. That's right, $7.99 each, and every day means any day. But just in case there's any confusion, we've set up a helpful website to confirm if today's a day you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each at Domino's. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's week-long carry-out deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes extra large and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
In Greenville, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on, like the one who mowed your lawn that week you were sick. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on, State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer. Timothy and his team are here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer at 493-0002 and start saving today.
Pirate Radio.
We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and older. That's always a good combination.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss the show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you here, wrapping it up with Bryce Williams. Super Bowl 57 will be in Arizona. Shirley, I got musical acts born or raised in Arizona or bands formed in Arizona.
Okay.
Number one is American Standards, and I've never heard of them.
Can't say that. Do they list like maybe a hit that they have or anything like that?
It's a hardcore punk band. So
yeah, okay.
Number two, and I don't go by these rankings, but Stevie Nicks.
Oh yes, the goat.
Yes,
I like Stevie
Not
Nicks.
greatest of all time. She sounds like a goat when she sings.
Wow. Okay.
Shirley. Slide brought us down.
Great song,
Shirley!
great artist.
Stevie,
that was actually really good.
That was really good.
I'm telling you, I saw you as a Stevie fan.
Nope.
You're not a fan.
I like Leather and Lace.
I like some Fleetwood Mac songs,
Fleetwood Mac.
which she was a part of.
Yeah.
But her solo, it sounds too much like a goat.
Can you do
All right.
Landslide again one more time? Can you please?
Okay.
It might be.
That was so good.
That was out of nowhere.
The landslide brought us down.
Like a goat or a lamb or something.
Oh, I'm gonna have to have Stevie read some insults to me. Hey,
CJ?
Bad and
CJ, see if there's the papers over there with all the insults that were read. I want Bryce to read one before he gets out of here.
I might still have mine from yesterday.
Shirley, school's out for summer. Alice Cooper.
Yeah, Alice.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jimmy
that's it.
Eat World.
Now, I wouldn't mind this one because they had some hits. Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah.
They could
yeah,
play
the middle.
and I like Takes My Pain Away. Na-na-na. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. The middle is the only one I know.
Shirley. I'm trying to think of their song. Dang it. The Gin Blossoms.
Jealousy.
Hey, Jealousy.
Hey, Jealousy.
Hey, Jealousy.
Hey, Jealousy.
Linda Ronstadt was in what?
Linda Ronstadt, she's a solo artist, but she probably is best known for, do you remember the song I Don't Know Much, But I Know I Love You with Aaron Neville?
I don't know much, but I know I love you.
The format.
Wayne Newton.
Wayne Newton,
Wayne Newton.
Vegas, very famous.
Oh, man. Chester Bennington has Aaron Family
former
Ties.
lead
Rest in
singer
peace.
of Linkin Park. Rest in peace.
There was some other ones.
Meat Puppet.
Meat Puppets. Yeah.
I've heard the name, but I'm not familiar with their music.
Dave Mustaine is from
Megadeth.
Megadeth, okay. And that might be... Oh, Bret Michaels.
Oh.
Yeah!
What is that,
Bret Michaels,
Poison?
that's Poison.
Yeah.
Every rose
Has its thorn, that's right.
There you go, Bryce. That
Ain't
would be
nothing but a good time.
That would be a good closer.
Yeah.
No. Ain't nothing but a good time. Don't need nothing
Oh,
but a good time.
Oh.
How can I resist?
Isn't this
Who?
Making My Way Downtown,
walking fast.
Michelle Branch?
Michelle Branch?
Is that not her?
No, that's Vanessa Carlton you're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Michelle Branch did
Michelle Branch?
Goodbye to You, and a couple of other songs.
Okay.
I know her because the television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer used a lot of her music
All right.
as soundtrack.
Before we go, Bryce, I want you to read this. These are people online and their thoughts on me.
Uh-oh.
Brock.
Which one should I read?
Just start with A, fat.
Jeez.
Yep, read this paragraph here.
A fat, stinky kind of dude that someone thought had a radio voice. Doesn't seem like a real bad guy, just a bit full of himself and sees himself as a huge radio personality. Horrible interviewer, but much better than North Raleigh's finest Troy. My daddy made some money, doofus.
This is what people say about me, Bryce.
That was ugly.
I would smack that man.
Hey, Clip, he's got to read Voss Frost.
Oh, yeah. One more.
Boss, he def looks fat and stinky and is an absolute bozo. Jeez.
Man, Bryce. Tough crowd.
I tell you what.
Tough crowd.
Let them say that with me in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a big fella with me now. The only time I got kicked out of tiebreakers, I was starting some trouble because I was hanging out with a 6'8", this giant dude. So I went up to a guy, and this was years ago, folks.
You were on Hogan's. You rode up on Hogan's.
I did. I gave him a little shove. Thought my buddy was behind me. Turned around, nowhere to be found.
Oh, man.
And got smacked a time or two.
That's funny.
So if I do start trouble, I'm going to make sure you're actually... flanking me or something.
Yeah.
If not,
I'm gonna flank him. I'll be coming around him.
Oh, now what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Enjoyed it, Bryce.
Thank y'all for having me.
Shirley, have a safe trip.
Softball Shirley, out.
Good luck. We'll see you Tuesday. Chandler, CJ, see you fine folks Thursday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGH.